second consecutive win. Our Eco Water SoCal Padres pregame show continues after this on the Padres Radio Network.
You're listening to the Eco Water SoCal Padres pregame show. Eco Water SoCal, keeping it soft since 1925 and celebrating 100 years.
If you're feeling overwhelmed by the thought of a home remodel, don't stress. The Window Depot is here to help. At the Window Depot, we're your one-stop warehouse for everything you need for your next remodel. Windows? Check. Doors? Got it. Cabinets, countertops, and everything in between? You'll find it all here at the lowest prices. Whether it's a kitchen, bathroom, or whole home makeover, our experienced designers are ready to bring your dream home to life.
Sweeney backpedaling, and he can't make the play. And there goes the no-hitter.
Rolling, does it go fair? Yes, it does. That's a fair ball.
Oh, she's giving it to him. They're up 6-1 in the eighth. She's giving it to him and making them like it.
Doing the pop-up dance, and he dropped it. You don't see that very often.
Abrams is going to think about going to third. The throw too high there. Abrams dives back in. Tag applied this time by Riley. What just happened?
His career numbers against the Giants are good. A 1.82 ERA in 4 career starts against San Francisco. Sears gave up just 2 runs in 5 innings for AAA El Paso last Tuesday. By the way, Wilmer Flores is batting cleanup, the DH tonight for the Giants. Meanwhile, right-hander Landon Roop on the mound for San Francisco. 7-6, a 3.45 ERA, 21 starts on the year, 104 innings and a third. He's allowed 108 hits, 100 strikeouts, and 43 walks. He returned to the mound last week after missing 3 weeks with elbow inflammation. He gave up 5 runs in 3 innings to the Rays before hitting the IL. Roop was really good. He posted a 1.15 ERA in a span of 6 starts. Roop gave up 4 runs in 4 innings and a third on April 30th in San Diego. He then was really good in his start against the Padres in San Francisco. In early June, he went 6 1/3 scoreless innings. So we'll see what version of Landon Roop the Padres see today. J.P. Sears on the mound for the Padres, making his second start in the brown and gold. As always, thank you for listening to the Eco Water SoCal Padres pregame show. Eco Water SoCal, keeping it soft since 1925. Your water should be perfect. Well, the Padres snapped a 4-game skid last night with a 5-1 win. Padres enter the day 70-56, 2 games out of first place in the National League West. Padres still holding the NL second wildcard spot. Meanwhile, the Giants are 61-65. They snapped a 7-game losing skid over the weekend. Then they won 2 in a row. Then they lost last night. No secret, it's been a tough run of it as of late for the Giants since July 12th. They are just 9-22 entering today's game. We'll see how J.P. Sears does as he takes on this Giants lineup. Game 3 of a 4-game series between these two teams. And when we come back, Jesse Agler, Tony Gwynn Jr. have the full starting lineups, first pitch, and all the play-by-play. I'll talk to you on our post-game coverage. You're listening to your home for San Diego Padres baseball. 97.3 The Fan and the Padres Radio Network. Enjoy the game, Padres fans.
Well, this is the World Series card. Everybody said, you know, what's it going to be to pitch against Sandy Koufax, who's a dominant pitcher. I said, I hope I don't embarrass myself. And I didn't. You know, pitched my first shutout ever. We won 6-0, and my parents were there. My mom was afraid of heights, so she was in the upper deck. She had to come down and trade seats with somebody so she could actually watch her 20-year-old son pitch a shutout in the World Series.
I went to college at Northeastern University, and all my friends were Red Sox fans, and while in my 3 years there, I really grew to appreciate Red Sox Nation and everything that they bring to the table, and once I got my head wrapped around the trade, I was really, really excited. I think they have one of the most iconic logos, these 2 socks right here on the sleeve. I love keeping it simple, really fond of the font, and I think it's a really cool look.
They flip with the glove. That was not a good idea.
All he needed to do was try to get the lead guy by giving him a nice, easy feed.
No, stay on your feet. No. I thought he was going to stay on his feet.
Uh-oh. The Goose did not know that the game was starting. Maybe the Goose thought it was 6:45 first pitch time.
Oh, man, off the glove and off the dome. He's saying, oh, man, what happened? It's a moment that he'll never forget, and that'll be on the blooper everywhere.
Padres Radio Network.
0-2, swing and a miss.
Padres Baseball is proudly presented by Eco Water SoCal, Hamul Casino Resort, Sinley Food, Frozen Ropes Baseball and Softball Training Facilities, Palomar Health, Smile Spirits, Genesis Home Improvements, North County Transit District, Baja Rick's Cantina, Dixie Line Lumber and Home Centers, David P. Shapiro, Criminal Defense Attorneys, Valvoline Instant Oil Change, Window Depot, Pine Solomon Personal Injury Lawyers, Anthony's Fish Grotto La Mesa, Lineage Watch Company, Timber Tech, Culligan Water of San Diego, KMG Psychiatry, El Centro Motors Ford, Valley View Casino and Hotel, Bill Howe Plumbing, Heating and Air, Jensen Meat Company, Fraser Farms Market, Trust and Will, Bada Fulkerson Law Group, San Diego County Toyota Dealers Association, Bulkhead Energy Drinks, Kaiser Permanente, and by The Grilling Store at Hillcrest Ace Hardware. Now, let's take you up to the broadcast booth.
Ground ball to Machado. He hits third. That's one. Goes to second in time. On to first. A triple play.
Here's Jesse Agler and Tony Gwynn Jr.
Petco Park, downtown San Diego, in Game 3 of a 4-game series between the Padres and the San Francisco Giants. So far this week, they have split the first two. Giants held on for a 4-3 win on Monday night, and then last night, the Padres ended their little mini 4-game losing streak with a decisive 5-1 win in back of Nick Pivetta. Here tonight, J.P. Sears, the left-hander, comes up from El Paso to make his second start in a Padre uniform, acquired along with Mason Miller from the A's at the trade deadline, and Landon Roop in his second start off the IL will take the mound for the Giants. Hi again, everybody, alongside Tony Gwynn Jr. and our producer-engineer Dave Marcus. I'm Jesse Agler, so very glad to have you with us. When you get to this part of the season, I think, and you're talking divisional opponents, there is all sorts of familiarity. Just had a couple of pitching rematches from the series last week in San Francisco, and now, even though Sears has spent most of the year with the A's, he's making his third start of the season against the Giants. Landon Roop is making his third start of the season against the Padres, and I guess that's just sort of where we are now.
There's some familiarity, just to say the least, between these two teams and the pitchers that are on the mound tonight. And for the Padres, I think, especially for J.P. Sears, he's trying to figure out what he's going to have to do to have some success. Had his first start with against the Diamondbacks. They hit him up pretty good, and what I recall from that start is he was up in the zone quite a bit. And when you don't have overpowering stuff, it's a tough place to be, especially if you're in the middle of the plate. And so see if he can come back today and really give the Padres another good start. That has been the kind of missing element in that little bit of a losing streak they had. They didn't get good starting pitching. What happened last night? They got good starting pitching. They win 5-1. That is kind of the formula they're going to have, and J.P. Sears could lead the way there.
Something that happened last night, though, was that once again the Padres allowed a run or runs in the first inning. That's been a recent theme. Pivetta.
It is a 1933 Gaudy Babe Ruth card. It is 8.5 PSA. It's rated higher than the one in the Smithsonian.
This card at one point came with a pack or a stick of chewing gum.
This card actually is almost a century old. It was bought for a penny.
So the fact that just the heritage of a card like this is now coming up almost 90 years later into an auction, it's a pretty special moment.
is protected on the outside, life is better on the inside. And it all starts with your roof. Upgrade your roof to a total protection roofing system from Genesis Home Improvements, San Diego's trusted roofing contractor. We use durable, energy-efficient products so you and your family can enjoy year-round comfort, healthier indoor air quality, and lower utility bills. Ready to transform your home? Visit GenesisHomeImprovementsSD.com for a free quote and save 15% on services. Put your trust in Genesis Home Improvements.
Hey players, things are about to get real here in San Diego. Introducing the all-new Hamul Casino Resort. With a 200-room hotel tower, exciting new eats and drinks, plenty of new places to play, and a luxe spa and salon. Hello, rooftop pool and deck. It's where players can play their hearts out and enjoy all the perks that come with it. It gets real this summer at the all-new Hamul Casino Resort, the players' place. Learn more at HamulCasino.com.
Padres got even last night in this 4-game set. They look to take game 3 here against the San Francisco Giants. Let's get you to tonight's Giants lineup, brought to you by Palomar Health, recognized as the world's best hospital 7 years in a row and is stepping up to the plate to provide you with the best care. Visit PalomarHealth.org to find a doctor. Giants come into tonight's ball game with a 61-65 record. Elliot Ramos.
You know, we like to stay on topic here, but Squirrel. What? Where? Squirrel. Where? Oh, no.
How about that? That went right up into the batter's eye, into the camera position. How about that?
Whoa, that one will fall into the White Sox dugout.
Well, it looks like he's still aggravated about being traded away. She's so excited she just threw it back. That was off the ledge, too. We can't get that down.
How do you get out, though? That's the problem. There's no exit.
Yeah, mine was a tops now as well. I hit my first walk-off last year against the Mets.
Jacob Young, Nationals win. Now he's got his first walk-off big league hit.
Dad had bought a stack of them. And I was like, I think we can get these ourselves, but he went ahead and bought a stack for himself.
Like business cards. There you go.
But it was awesome just to, have that moment and have everyone so excited to, have a picture of you is a fun moment.
Shop our wide variety of brands and grill styles. The Grilling Store at Hillcrest Ace Hardware or online at thegrillingstoresd.com, where the customer still matters. Delivery available throughout San Diego County.
Hey, it's Rick from Baja Rick's Cantina in the Gas Lamp. San Diego's baseball team is on the home stretch to bringing us a championship. So come on and join the party. Try our new game day specials. We've got a 1-pound TJ hot dog, a bacon cheeseburger quesadilla, or our new birria grilled cheese sandwich. We've got $10 Blowfish margaritas and 32-ounce Coors Light drafts. Our DJ keeps the party going. And when you gotta go, did I mention our new baños? Now, let's play ball on the San Diego Padres Radio Network.
JP Sears, as we get his warm-up tosses, let's get you to the Padre lineup. Brought to you by Palomar Health, recognized as the world's best hospital 7 years in a row, and is stepping up to the plate to provide you with the best care. Visit PalomarHealth.org to find a doctor. Padres 70-56. They got to win number 70 last night. Fernando Tatis Jr. will lead off. He'll be in right field. Luis Ariz will play first base. He'll bat second. Manny Machado will bat third. He'll play third base. Ryan O'Hearn back in the lineup. He'll be the designated hitter. He'll bat cleanup. Ramon Laureano in center field. He'll bat fifth. Gavin Sheets will bat sixth. He'll be in left field. Jose Iglesias gets to start at shortstop. He'll bat seventh. Jake Cronenworth will bat eighth. back in the lineup. He'll play second base. And Freddie Fermin behind the dish for the Padres. He'll bat ninth. On the mound, J.P. Sears, 7-10 with a 5.12 ERA. Jesse?
All right, Tony, thanks very much. Nice to see Sears back in the big leagues. His second start as a Padre, his 24th start of the season, acquired from the A's in the deal that also brought Mason Miller to San Diego. Made his Padre debut a couple of weeks ago in Arizona, took the loss, went 5 innings, allowed 5 runs on 10 hits with a walk and 4 strikeouts, threw 94 pitches in the 5 innings, had to work really, really hard against the D-backs, gave up at least 1 run. Each of the first 4 innings dealt with a lot of traffic. See if he's able to settle down a little bit here tonight against a team he's very familiar with. A's and Giants, of course, were geographical rivals until this season and still sort of are in Northern California. Elliot Ramos will lead off. Had a leadoff homer on Monday. Jung-Hoo Lee had a leadoff homer last night for the Giants. And Sears will try and work his way through a scoreless first inning. Lefty delivers, and first pitch swinging. Ramos fouls it out of play. That is strike 1, and we are underway. It is only the 6th time in Giant history that they have hit leadoff homers in back-to-back games. And I'm talking New York and San Francisco. You go all the way back over 100 years. It's only happened now 6 times. Here's the 0-1. Ramos takes low. 1 ball, 1 strike, and the Giants have never had a leadoff home run in 3 straight games. J.P. Sears will be tasked with making sure that doesn't happen here tonight. Padres also, by the way, have never had a leadoff home run in 3 straight games. Here's the 1-1, and Ramos takes way outside. 2 balls and a strike. Last time it happened in Major League Baseball, since I know you're curious, pretty recently actually, Alex Verdugo, 2 years ago with the Red Sox, led off 3 straight games with a home run. 2-1 to Ramos. Devers and Adames to follow, and a fastball right on the outside corner for a strike. And the count evens 2-2.
Until recently, recent future, leadoff men really didn't do that. It was Ricky Henderson and pretty much him alone. But now we see so many more leadoff guys capable of going big fly.
Yeah, you got to figure Schwarber and Ohtani are going to challenge all those records. 2-2 is high. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Padres have had leadoff home runs in back-to-back games 5 times in franchise history. 3 of the 5 times it was done by Fernando Tatis Jr. Exactly what you're talking about. 3-2. Ramos swings and fouls it back, so the count remains full. And again, in J.P. Sears' only other start as a Padre this season, pitch count was a thing to be very aware of, and in a long battle here with Elliot Ramos to begin the night. A perfect and lovely Wednesday evening downtown. Padres in the home white pinstripes, Giants in their traditional road grays. 3-2. Sears will deliver, and Ramos takes on the inside corner. Strike 3 called. Thought he had a walk. He got rung up by the plate umpire, DJ Rayburn, and 1 down in the top of the first inning.
Good fastball right on the inside corner. Perfect pitch to send Elliot Ramos back to the dugout for out number 1.
First time since last Friday that a Padres starter has retired, the first batter of the game. Padres' first inning ERA in August, 9.5. And the leadoff man has scored 4 straight games. That comes to an end here and now as Rafael Devers stands in, and he swings and misses at a sweeper, strike 1. Ugly swing at a slow breaking ball, lefty to lefty.
Nasty sweeper. Big break there. Gets Devers chasing. He's down 0-1.
Sears, we mentioned, faced the Giants twice earlier this season wearing the Oakland colors. Pitch outside, 1-1. The A's colors.
Right.
I swear that wasn't.
They don't have a city.
They do not.
A's colors.
A's colors. We got in trouble in spring training.
We did.
1-1. And Sears from the third base side of the rubber deals. Devers takes and a little bit upstairs with a fastball. 2-1. And for Sears, his 2 starts against the Giants as an Athletic earlier this season. 1 good, 1 bad. In fact, his best start of the year probably against these guys, July 4th in Sacramento. 6 shutout innings, 3 hits, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts. 2-1 pitch to Devers, pretty much right down the middle with a fastball and a called strike. 2-2. The other one was at Oracle Park in the middle of May, and it was all well and good aside from a Wilmer Flores grand slam. Gave up 4 runs. They all came on the 1 swing, and Flores is in the lineup, as Tony told you, cleaning up here tonight. 2-2 to Devers, 1 out, nobody on, and a line drive foul up the left field side. Game time temperature 75 degrees, brought to you by Lineage Watch Company. San Diego's very own watch brand and the official timepiece of the Padres radio network. Order yours today at lineagewatchco.com. That's lineagewatchco.com. Sears struck out Ramos on 7 pitches, now battling Devers. 2-2. Here's the pitch. And Devers takes the breaking ball outside. That'll fill the count. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Try to get Devers to chase again. This time Devers lays off. Count moves to 3-2.
So he's gone full now on each of the first 2 hitters of the night. And again, that was a little bit of what we saw in Arizona. Payoff pitch. Devers swings, hits it in the air to very deep right field. Fernando is back. He is at the wall. He will leap up, and he did it again. Fernando Tatis over the right field wall. Did it a couple of years ago out there in almost the exact same spot. And one of the great home run robberies you will see this season. What a play.
It does not get much better than that. Got to the wall, timed the jump, and had to go up pretty high to bring back this home run. Terrific play. This is why he's a Platinum Award winner. My Lord.
Devers could do nothing but smile as he looked out to right field, knowing he just got by one of the best in the biz. A defensive curtain call for Tatis to the fans in right field. Now Willy Adames takes a strike at the knees, 0-1.
That is the ultimate homer hating right there, going up top. And that is not a short wall by any stretch of the imagination.
No balls and a strike to Adames. Sears will turn and deal. And that's in the air to right field, straight away and very routine. Tatis kind of jogging in. He'll square it up, make the two-handed catch. And J.P. Sears a 1-2-3 first inning, thanks in large part to his friend out in right field. No score with the Padres coming up against Landon Roop on the Padres radio network.
Postseason push. Gear up for postseason and get ready for Major League winning when you join the most generous players club in Southern California.
If you were to find a jersey or if you swap a jersey with one of the players on the National League, who would it be? Who would you pick?
Okay, so I got an Ohtani jersey last year, so
nice.
I'm gonna probably say Harper.
Maybe Judge. He's one of the greatest to play the game in the last 5, 6, 7 years, so it'd be cool to have his jersey. Ellie's been fun to watch. Ellie'd be a cool one. I mean, his jersey would probably be too big for me. It'd probably go down to my knees.
Do you see yourself maybe one day after baseball, like maybe food critic, food writer?
I would love to do that. That's the plan. I've been doing it ever since I was in the big leagues. It's just fun. It's fun to interact with people like the fans, because a lot of my followers are baseball fans. So it's nice to interact with them on a topic that's not baseball. A lot of people seem to rally around that. I mean, who doesn't love good food?
Delivery. That's trustandwill.com, code BASEBALL.
As Padres fans, we know what makes a great team. That's why I choose the friendly pros at Petco as my home team for my pets' food, vet care, grooming, and more. Petco, where the pets go.
No score thanks to Fernando Tatis Jr., and he will lead off here in the bottom of the first inning. Fernando with an adrenaline-pumping moment in the field in the top of the first, taking a home run away from Rafael Devers in right. Home run I was referring to from 2 years ago against the Cardinals, a ball hit by Michael Ciani. And he went up at that same almost exact spot, the Blue California, on the right field wall, took a home run away. First pitch here. And Tatis takes a fastball, strike, 0-1.
Anytime you're having to do that on the move, that ball was hit more on a line than the one you're talking about. And he didn't have time to kind of set his feet. He just had to time it and go get it.
0-1. Hard hit and fair down the left field line. And here goes Fernando on his way to second base as Ramos lets it roll out to him. and a leadoff double in the bottom of the first inning. And what a show already being put on by number 23.
I think more than any player in baseball, he feeds off energy he gets from making defensive plays or doing something special. Gets the sinker up, bangs it down the left field line, and the Padres are off and running here in the first.
That was the Padres' first hit of the game, brought to you by Frozen Ropes Travel Ball. Free tryouts are underway for ages 7 to 14 with Coach Kurt and his Frozen Ropes team. Check them out at SanDiegoFrozenRopes.com. At SanDiegoFrozenRopes.com. Rise swings at the first pitch, pops it up, foul ground third base. Schmidt over to the side wall, running out of room, able to make the catch against the protective netting. Padres will hold it up, see if they want to challenge it. Maybe they hope the ball hit the net before Casey Schmidt got there to make the play. But a fine effort by the kid out of Eastlake High in San Diego State. There will be no challenge.
Maybe a little familiarity with his visiting ballpark here. Got to that wall, the netting, I should say, and is able to make the catch to get the out. Nicely done.
So one away, Tatis at second for Machado, and Manny swings and misses at a curveball from Landon Roop, strike one. That is the signature pitch for this right-hander facing the Padres for the third time this year. Roop making his second start off the IL, missed about 3 weeks with some elbow issues. 0-1 pitch, hit hard but right to Schmidt at third base. Gobbles it up, checks Tatis, and then fires to first in time for the second out. In a tough defensive series for Casey Schmidt, but a couple of nice plays here in the first inning tonight. And the Padre cleanup hitter brought to you by Asgard Energy. Get a free solar estimate and clean up your energy bill at AsgardEnergy.com. Veteran and locally owned Asgard Energy, your trusted name in solar for Southern California. Ryan O'Hearn is the cleanup hitter for the second consecutive night here. Starting at first base. And his fifth start at that position since coming over at the deadline. Tatis at second, 2 outs, no score in the first. And O'Hearn takes the curveball for a strike on the inside edge, 0-1. Landon Roop's last start Friday night against Tampa. His return from the injured list was bumpy. 3 innings, 5 runs, 5 hits. Padres will try and add to the misery tonight as O'Hearn swings and misses strike 2. See if he's pitching well, what the pitch count limit might be on him, but the Padres have their way. They won't matter. 0-2 to O'Hearn. Tatis at second, 2 outs, and the pitch in the air, foul out of play left side.
Seeing the curveball, the sinker, and then the changeup there. Luke throwing the ball where he wants to begin this ball game. He's ahead of Ryan O'Hearn here, 0-2.
O'Hearn waiting in that left-handed batter's box. Couple of hits last night, including an RBI single. Here's the 0-2. It's outside. And now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Padres have 4 left-handed hitters in the lineup tonight. That's obviously with Jackson Merrill still on the bench. Didn't sound like a great situation in regards to Merrill's ankle today. Here's the 1-2. O'Hearn takes outside. Nothing definitive. But Mike Schultz certainly kind of floated out there that he may not be ready for this weekend against the Dodgers.
Yeah, I mean, you just have to start asking how long can they hold the spot up while they are hoping this ankle can heal.
2-2 is fouled back behind the plate.
Before having to make a decision whether to put him on the IL or not. Certainly hasn't sounded like he was progressing in a way that would put him in the lineup here in the next couple of days.
It does sound like there's some confidence. There's nothing major or structural wrong, but there is some bruising in there, and that's got to take care of itself. 2-2. O'Hearn takes low, ball 3.
It always is an antenna-raising situation when an ankle allows you to play, and then the following day you happen to be removed. So they're going to keep a close eye on it because clearly it got worse from the time he actually did it.
3-2 to O'Hearn. The pitch from Roop swung on, hit in the air down the right field line, hooking towards the corner, but foul. Padres and Giants scoreless for the moment in the bottom of the first inning. O'Hearn trying to cash in the leadoff double by Fernando Tatis Jr.
Putting together another solid at-bat. Pitch number 9 coming to O'Hearn.
Fernando leading at second base. Roop ready. Here's the pitch. And O'Hearn fouls it back again. Despite Ryan getting off to a slow start at the beginning of his tenure here,
I thought his at-bats have been solid really the whole time. Now the production is coming along with it. See if he can cash in this 10-pitch at-bat here coming up.
And a pinch hit home run, game 1 of the series on Monday. 3-2 again. Here's pitch 10, and O'Hearn lines it into center field. That's down to the base hit. Tatis racing around third. He's on his way to score. What an at-bat by Ryan O'Hearn. And a 1-0 Padre lead in the first.
That's just a pro at-bat from Ryan O'Hearn. 10 pitches, understands what the pitcher's trying to do to him, and doesn't try to do too much. Takes the inside-out fastball and inside-outs it up the middle. Picks up the 2-out RBI. Padres get on the board here first.
This is your area of expertise, but watching all these slow-mo replays of O'Hearn the last couple of weeks, he seems so mechanically sound to me. Pitch is outside to Laureano.
I agree. I mean, his swing is short. He's not trying to pull everything. And when you get to 2 strikes and you got a guy like Roop who's throwing the ball in, out, he's mixing it up, to be able to let a ball travel to you and stay inside it like that, that's a beautiful piece of hitting.
1-0. Laureano takes outside. So one of the new guys in RBI single. Now another one of the new guys standing in there and trying to add to this 1-0 lead. Laureano playing his 100th total game of the year here tonight, his 18th as a Padre. And a fastball strike top of the zone, 2-1. 17 games so far in the brown and gold. Laureano hitting .313, 4 homers, 12 RBIs, 3 doubles, 2 triples. 2-1 the pitch. And Laureano out in front of that curveball, swings and misses. 2-2. Ramon starting in center field tonight with Merrill on the bench. Third straight game Jackson has not been in the starting lineup. Laureano started there yesterday. It was Bryce Johnson, the former Giant, in the lineup on Monday. Padres with a 1-0 lead, bottom of the first inning. Trying to take control of this one from the get-go against the Giants. 2-2, Laureano takes outside, ball 3. It is hard to overstate how good of a fit Laureano has been in this lineup, no matter where he is defensively or where he is in the batting order. O'Hearn will run on 3-2. Group is set. Here's the pitch, and Laureano takes strike 3. Got a fastball pretty much down the middle, clearly looking for something else, and that'll end the first. But the Padres get a run on 2 hits. They leave O'Hearn, who had the RBI single, and we go to the second inning at Petco Park. Padres 1, Giants nothing on the Padres Radio Network.
Life can be hard sometimes. If you or someone you
Taco.
I'm going to guess it's an opposite field, upper deck, maybe something like a...
Yeah, home run to the opposite field. You got it.
This is a good one, a hack.
I don't know. I mean, is it the same as like the layman's term hack, like a bad chef?
You've guessed correctly.
Okay.
Someone's a hack, someone that's just nailing it in.
Yeah.
They're not putting their heart into it.
Out more, click sdhondadealers.com or search your local Honda dealer today.
Top of the second, Trustin will score. The Padres 1 and the Giants nothing. Fernando Tatis Jr. will lead off double in the bottom of the first inning. 3 batters later, Ryan O'Hearn brings him home. Great at bat against Landon Roop and an RBI single. And now J.P. Sears, who had a 1-2-3 first inning, will go to work Against the middle of the Giant batting order, Wilmer Flores, who hit a grand slam against him earlier this year, Casey Schmidt, and Jung-Hoo Lee, who hit a leadoff home run in last night's game. Wilmer stands in, right-handed batter. 1 for 6 in his career against Sears, but obviously the one was a big one. And a first pitch fastball for a strike, 0-1. Got to feel good as a pitcher, particularly in your only second start with a new team, to get the kind of defense behind him that he got back in the first. Here's the 0-1. And Flores takes pretty much right down the middle for a called strike, 0-2.
Yeah, certainly a reason to kind of relax a little bit when you know you got a good defense behind you. You don't have to put it all on your own shoulders.
0-2. And Flores takes low and outside. That was the changeup from Sears. And the count goes to 1 ball, 2 strikes.
And given how much JP struggled in that first start, he probably didn't get a chance to really test that defense very much. Toddy's showing him very quickly how good that outfield can be.
1-2 to Flores, line right to Machado, who makes the catch, 1 down. And we'll pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Padres Radio Network.
KWFN and KWFN HD1 San Diego.
Hi, I'm Wandy Peralta. You're listening to Padres Baseball on the Padres Radio Network.
An Odyssey Sports Station.
Top of the second, brought to you by Sinley Food. Ignite your taste buds with the freshest flavors at Sinley Food. Discover authentic ingredients at 4665 El Cajon Boulevard, the Cook's Asian Resource. 1 out, nobody on for Casey Schmidt. And a breaking ball drops in, hits the outside corner for a called strike. 0-1. Mentioned Schmidt's nice defense. And the play made particularly in foul territory against Arise in the bottom of the first inning. Now trying to do something at the dish. And the 0-1 hit hard on the line, but caught by Machado. Just a step over towards the line this time. And back-to-back line drives to third base. Giants must have missed the part in the scouting report that says, don't hit it to Manny.
Clearly. Another bullet, another out. Manny Machado standing right there, able to snatch the line drive for out number 2.
So a couple of fairly quick outs here for J.P. Sears. Base is empty for the left-hand hitting Jung-Hoo Lee. Imagine the home run last night to lead off the game, second pitch. Lefty to lefty, Lee takes outside, ball 1. Lee with an 8-game hitting streak and has really done a nice job for them, well beyond that for the last couple of months. He is also celebrating his 27th birthday here today. 3 for 8 in the series. He has reached safely 16 of his last 17 games. 1-0 pitch, and Lee takes outside. 2 balls and no strikes. More hits against the Padres than any other Giant this year. Rookie last year played only 37 games. Remember, he injured his shoulder very early on in the season. 2-0 pitch is a fastball strike. So that makes this year, while not technically and officially his rookie year, I imagine in a lot of ways it feels like a rookie year.
For sure. Having to manage a whole season for the first time. Didn't get a chance to do that in last year's.
Fastball is apparently low. Very much not, but at 3-1.
Looked like it caught the bottom of the zone there, but TJ Rayburn thought otherwise.
Pitch on the way. And Lee swings, loops it into shallow center. That'll dump down. And a birthday base hit for Jung-Hoo Lee. 2-out single in the top of the second inning. The first hit of the night for the Giants. Padres with a 1-0 lead. Christian Koss is coming up.
I think the question mark for Lee coming over was how would he handle the bat. And I think he has shown that he's going to be somebody you're dealing with in this National League West. A lot of different tools. Certainly one of them being on the base paths.
Oh, no doubt about that. 10 out of 12 stealing bases this year. Kind of feels like he's only scratching the surface there. Koss, a right-handed batter. And Sears' first pitch lined into center field. Laureano coming in. He will dive forward. Can't make the catch. Had to play it on a hop. Luckily able to keep it in front of him. And he sends it back in. But back-to-back singles for Lee and Koss. And now with 2 outs in the second inning, the Giants have runners on the corners. And Tyler Fitzgerald coming up.
Very similar to the swing from Lee. Lines it in there in the center field, and Mariano tried to close the gap on it. Able to keep it in front. First and third, 2 outs now for Fitzgerald.
Fitzgerald starting in right field. He was at second base yesterday, right field on Monday, so kind of bouncing back and forth between the dirt and the grass. 2 on and 2 out, 1-0 Padres. And a fastball outside of the right-handed hitter, 1-0. Talking about Lee, obviously we had the experience of being around Ha-Sung Kim when he came over from Korea in the KBO. And that first year in particular, I remember talking to Kim and the travel, just sort of the wear and tear that put on him, so much beyond the KBO schedule. Pitch low 2-0, not just the number of games, but really beyond that, the travel itself. Yeah. You have to remember that the country of South Korea is about the size of Indiana. And now all of a sudden you're going from, San Diego to New York to Chicago, back to San Diego, then the next trip to St. Louis and Miami, and then back to San Diego. That is a whole different thing. 2-0 the pitch, and Fitzgerald takes outside ball 3.
You go from maybe traveling an hour and a half at the most on a plane to hitting the 5 hour on the East Coast, time change to go along with it. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, that's not even talking about the baseball level.
Right.
First and third, 2 outs. The 3-0 is down the middle.
That's not even talking about the culture part of trying to get used to that. So,
yeah, I mean, it's a big adjustment.
The good organizations are really helpful with the transition part of it.
Padres with a 1-0 lead in the second. 3-1 to Fitzgerald. Fouled back, and the count now full 3-2. Nice catch by the guy to our right. Bare hand play in the second row of the terrace.
I just will never understand it. I just can't understand why anybody would put their bare hand out there to catch a foul ball that's coming in pretty high.
He is showing no signs of pain whatsoever. Just getting a lot of high fives.
It's going to wear off soon, though.
3-2 to Fitzgerald. Sears is ready. Here's the payoff pitch. And it's taken a little bit outside, ball 4. So the base is loaded all of a sudden. We have 2 outs here in the top of the second inning. Padres with a 1-0 lead with the Giants with a threat. And the number 9 hitter, Patrick Bailey, coming up.
JP got to the first 2 outs relatively quickly, but a couple of singles and a walk has extended the inning. And it'll bring the number 9 hitter to the plate, Patrick Bailey.
It will also bring Ruben Niebla out of the dugout. Visit to the mound brought to you by the Window Depot, offering the best prices and biggest inventory on in-stock vinyl windows and interior and exterior doors. Order online or find a location near you at thewindow.depot.com. Bases loaded, 2 outs for the Giants here in the top of the second inning. Padres with a 1-0 lead. Ruben and the catcher, Freddie Fermin, doing most of the talking out there. Sears is definitely participating in the conversation, but doing more listening than speaking. And the rest of the infielders just kind of standing by and taking in the whole scene. Someday, some third baseman or second baseman needs to write a book just about all the mound visits he witnessed in his career.
Best thing ever said, worst thing ever said.
Not to get ahead of ourselves, but the Rockies lead the Dodgers 5-0 in the 6th inning at Colorado. Back to business here. Bailey, a switch hitter, hitting right-handed. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Pods with a 1-0 lead. First pitch swinging, pops it up. Cronenworth out onto the outfield grass in very shallow right center. He makes the catch, and the inning is over. No runs, 2 hits. The Giants leave them loaded, and after 1.5, Pods with a 1-0 lead.
but that could be trouble as Petrie. No, Stevie dives in and beats it. Good effort by Steve Lyons.
That'll be a base hit right there. Good job. I'll tell you one thing, not a bad defensive play either by the Tigers.
Did you see that? He's going to get the dirt out, and all of a sudden he unbuckled his pants and they fell down.
Party rollin'. And check this. Unbeatable game day specials that hit hard. $4 beers, $6 wells, and $6 house wines. 2 hours before the game, during, and 2 hours after. Whether you're pre-gaming, celebrating a win, or just hungry for greatness, Far Corner is where it's at.
The bottom of the second is brought to you by Symbiotica, the official wellness partner of the San Diego Padres. Take charge of your health with premium supplements. Visit Symbiotica.com.
Gavin Sheets, Jose Iglesias, and Jake Cronenworth, 6-7-8 coming up for the Padres against Landon Roop. Padres with a 1-0 lead on Ryan O'Hearn's RBI single in the first inning. Stat of the day brought to you by Culligan Water of San Diego, providing advanced water treatment solutions, including softeners, filters, and bottled water, and sharing cleaner, safer, and great tasting water for homes and businesses since 1936. First pitch to Sheets is a fastball on the inside corner for a called strike, 0-1. And I did a little digging on stat of the day today. Here's the 0-1. Sheets swings, rips it in the air down the right field line. Gonna hook it inside the pole, a home run. Gavin Sheets with his career high, 16th of the season. A lead shot in the second inning. And the Padres double their lead. It's 2-0.
What Gavin Sheets is doing right now is remarkable. Getting very little at-bats, but still making it work. And he's just not getting hits. He's slugging. Gets the breaking ball, hooks it down the right field line, keeps it fair, and he continues to swing the bat well despite not getting the ABs. It is so hard to keep rhythm at this level against this type of pitching, and he is doing it and some.
Iglesias takes outside. Seems like every time he's in there, it's an extra base hit in his first at bat.
No doubt.
And as you said, I mean, you don't see that. Outside to Iglesias, 2-0.
Lefties, righties, it hasn't mattered.
Not normal in the best way. Pitch a strike to Iglesias, 2-1. Jose starting at shortstop today. Just a little bit of a day for Xander Bogaerts. Got dinged up, a couple of foul balls last night, but beyond that, just kind of his turn in the rotation to get a little time. Ball outside, called a strike. 2-2 to Iglesias.
Xander is as old school as it comes. He just seems like he refused to put anything on that leg.
Ball outside, 3-2.
Because we have seen him foul a number of balls off that shin. He just is going to keep going out there without guarding it.
3-2. Iglesias takes on the outside corner, strike 3 called. Roop kept going out there and kept getting the call from DJ Rayburn. Pitch was definitely off the plate, but Iglesias is rung up and one away here in the second.
This is why it pays to hit your spots. You start doing it enough, umpires inevitably start giving you a little bit more, and that's exactly what Landon Roop did there.
Now Cronenworth takes a curveball strike at the knees, 0-1. Good to have Jake back in there after he was out of the lineup yesterday following a tough hit by pitch on Monday night. 0-1 is inside. 1 ball and 1 strike.
I tried to convince him to move to the bionic arm that Barry Bonds used to rock. He wasn't buying it at all.
1-1 pitch is tapped foul. He was also explaining to us that when he got hit the other night, it was somehow the little sliver of skin that was somehow not covered by the armor he was wearing.
And that's where the ball hit him.
Right above the elbow, right arm. Dug his finger at a mile.
Yeah, I saw that.
1-2. And Jake takes high. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
It's typical of a ball player. They want you to feel kind of exactly what they felt, even though you can't replicate that kind of velocity. So they put their thumb in there to let you kind of really feel it.
2-2 is fouled at the dish. He asked if I wanted to stand in there, and I was trying to make it clear to him I was not questioning his toughness in any way. I was just asking exactly where it hit him. I wasn't challenging him for taking a day off, for being out of the lineup.
He's had some rough ones. I mean, the rib shot earlier this year that caught him square in the rib cage. He had to miss time. That was his only IL times have been off a hit by pitches.
Already the Padres franchise leader in hit by pitch. He's got that record on his mind. 2-2 is way outside, ball 3. Yeah, the one in the ribs at Wrigley was really nasty, way worse than probably most realized. Pitch high, ball 4, and a one-out walk in the bottom of the second inning. Padres with a 2-0 lead, now a man aboard for Freddie Fermin. My stat of the day. The Sheets home run took us off track. All right, so the Padres' next win, whenever it comes, be it tonight, tomorrow, Friday, whatever, will be their 71st of the year. They're 70-56 right now. Pitch to Fermin is swung on and popped up right to shortstop. Adames just kind of sidestepping to his left and right at the back of the infield. Dirty makes the catch for the second out. Tatis coming up. So the next win will be the 71st. 23 times in Padre history, not counting 2020. The Padres did not win more than 71 games. 23 times in franchise history. They did not eclipse 71 wins, which they are surely going to do at some point here in the very, very near future in the third week of August. Here's Tatis, and Fernando takes a high strike.
They've done that every year since 2020. And that is something that, for those of us who've been around a little bit, wasn't a guarantee for a long time.
2016, 17, 18, and 19. They did not win more than 71 games. All outside, 1-1. That was not that long ago. And they're going to win their 71st game again here in the third week of August. Cronenworth at first, 2 outs. Ball and a strike to Tatis, and Fernando takes the curve low, 2-1. Tatis scored the first Padre run, led off the bottom of the first with a double down the left field line. Came home on Ryan O'Hearn's RBI single. Here in the second, Sheets is homered. Here's the 2-1. And Tatis swings and misses at a fastball. That evens the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
We've been able to sneak the heater by him there. Count moves to 2-2.
Cronenworth leading at first base. Here's the pitch. Fernando swings, rolls over, grounds it to third base. Schmidt handles the in-between hop. One-footed throw to first is in time, and that'll end the second inning, but not before the Padres add on. Thanks to Gavin Sheets' 16th home run of the season, and we'll head to the third at Petco Park. Now the Padres 2 and the Giants nothing on the Padres Radio Network.
Hi, this is Tina Howe from Bill Howe, where we've been serving San Diegans for over 40 years, just like...
South side of Chicago, where are you at? This was the first time I got traded, but I was so excited to wear these pinstripes and be a South side of Chicago boy. This jersey right here is an all-star jersey. You can see on the back the all-stars and the all-star patch there. Being an all-star and being who I was called over there to be was something I was real proud of.
$619-614-PAIN. That's 619-614-PAIN. 619-614-PAIN.
Every game this year, Jesse and I will be answering questions from our listeners, you guys. And if you have a question for us, go to 973thefansd.com/question to send one in, and we may answer it on the air. Again, that's 973thefansd.com/question.
Top of the third inning, J.P. Sears will go back to work. Padres now with a 2-0 lead, and the Giants bringing the top of the order to the plate. Elliot Ramos, Rafael Devers, and Willie Adames. Padres have gotten an RBI single from O'Hearn and a home run from Sheets. Nice start to the night. And now the first pitch from the lefty to Ramos is a breaking ball, a little bit outside, 1-0. Ramos struck out looking in the top of the first inning. That is the only strikeout so far for J.P. Sears, who has faced 9 batters and gotten 6 outs. Stranded the bases loaded in the second inning. 1-0 pitch. Ramos swings, sends it in the air high to left field, but not too deep. Gavin cheats in a few steps. He'll square it up, wait on gravity, and make the catch for out number 1. Who's Hot, Who's Not, brought to you by the Grilling Store at Hillcrest Ace Hardware, the official grilling store of the Padres Radio Network. For all your grilling needs, visit them on University Avenue or thegrillingstoresd.com. You know who's hot? Freddie Peralta of the Brewers. In his last 3 starts, he's allowed 1 earned run and now won 10 out of his last 11 decisions. And Freddie Peralta leads all of baseball, 15 wins on the year. Here's Devers, lefty to lefty. He takes outside, ball 1. A lot of attention on the Brewers' offense. They have really pitched, perhaps not surprisingly, but they have really pitched.
Got a great starting rotation that I don't know that they anticipated coming into the year. They knew Freddie Peralta was going to be that guy, the lead way.
Swing and a foul tip, held 1-1.
But you get Woodruff back throwing the ball as well as he did prior to the shoulder injury. Obviously, the young kid coming up and setting a blaze to the National League, making an all-star game. They've rounded out that rotation 4-5 pretty well as also.
Devers grounds it off the handle right to Cronenworth at second base. Just rolled to Jake. He's got it, and to throw to first in time, 2 down. All right, so Freddie Peralta is hot. Rays starter Shane Baz is not. In his last 19 innings, he has allowed 19 earned runs.
Wowzers. I can do some math. That's a run an inning.
Yes.
I don't know if you want that one.
You are, as a pitcher, generally trying to allow far fewer than a run an inning. 2 outs, nobody on for Adames. 2-0 Padres in the third, and a fastball inside. 6 runs last night. He gave up 5 of the Yankees. What, they had 8 home runs? 9 home runs? 5 of the 9. Yankees, by the way, hit a leadoff home run tonight.
Yeah, they got right back to it.
Trent Grisham. 1-0 to Adames. And Sears delivers. Hard hit liner. That is a foul ball at third base, 1-1. Those games taking place at Steinbrenner Field in Tampa, where the Rays have a temporary home. Obviously, one of 2 teams playing in a minor league yard this season. The A's, the other one up in Sacramento. And I just think about J.P. Sears. A, remember, the ball was flying there. B, you're playing in front of 9,000 people a night. And here he is on the hill at Petco Park in the heat of a pennant race. And 45,000 people in the stands. Ball outside, 2-1.
It's a big difference. Go from 9,000 to 45 racks. It's a lot. That's a big deal. And a third bowl. Remember, they were playing with just kind of 1.
Yeah, I mean, if you haven't seen any of the Sacramento games, it's basically a spring training stadium, for reference. Swing and a miss, 2-2. It's not literally a spring training stadium. It's a AAA stadium, but it looks like something you would find in the Cactus League.
100%.
Yeah, 5 times as many people. Yankees, by the way, 5 homers tonight in Tampa.
I was about to say, I saw more than just Trent trotting around those bases. A few more.
2-2 to Adames. And he takes high, ball 3. Sears trying to work a 1-2-3 third inning with a 2-0 lead. Rockies, by the way, have added on. They lead the Dodgers 6-1 in the 6th inning. Colorado's still batting with a couple of guys on base. 3-2 to Adames. The pitch from Sears swung on, popped up. Foul ground right side. O'Hearn over to the side warning track. He's got space, and he makes the catch in front of the dugout to end a 1-2-3, top of the third inning. After 2.5, Padres 2, Giants nothing. And now here's what's happening.
Sweeney backpedaling, and he can't make the play. And there goes goes the no-hitter.
Rolling. Does it go fair? Yes, it does. That's a fair ball.
Oh, she's giving it to him. They're up 6-1 in the 8th. He's giving it to him and making them like it.
Doing the pop-up dance, and he dropped it.
You don't see that very often.
Abrams is going to think about going to third. The throw too high there. Abrams dives back in. Tag applied this time by Riley. What just happened?
The name of the business is Legacy Catering. We all were talking about how Mom taught us all how to cook. She was a cook at the public school system for ages. So we all started cooking with her. So we decided, to do the business. So we went to figure out what we're going to call it. So we said, let's cook in honor of, our mother. So that's what Legacy came in. And just remember that Legacy Catering is about people. And this is what barbecuing is all about. And this is why we love it.
In 2010, my firm has been helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime. We will dig deep to understand what matters most to you and come up with a plan to receive the best outcome possible. Visit us at davidpshapirolaw.com.
Don't miss upcoming September giveaways, including the Machado basketball jersey presented by McDonald's on Tuesday, September 2nd, and the Dylan Cease no-hitter bobblehead, thanks to State Farm, on Wednesday, September 10th. Explore all giveaways and secure your tickets at Padres.com/giveaways.
Bottom of the third inning, the trust stand will score. The Padres 2 and the Giants nothing. Arise, Machado, and O'Hearn coming to bat for the second time tonight against the Giant right-hander Landon Roop. Not that he himself is gigantic. He's a regular-sized righty. Pitch low, ball one, but he pitches for the Giants. Arise is 0 for 1 on the night. Popped one up to foul ground third base. Casey Schmidt made a nice play up against the netting to grab it. And this fastball catches the bottom of the zone. That evens it up 1-1. Roop has thrown exactly 21 pitches each of his first 2 innings, so the Padres have made him work. 1-1 pitch, ripped on a line and foul up the first base side. Devers kind of reaching over the line and then retracted his arm as if he didn't want to touch it. But it was out of reach anyway and came down in foul ground.
We're not quite sure why he retracted the arm, but hey, foul ball.
Still learning the ins and outs of playing that position, of course. But yeah, it almost looked like he was worried that if he touched it, it was going to make it fair, which of course it wouldn't have been. But it happens fast down there. 1-2. And Arise reaches for it, knocks it in the air the other way, up the left field line, but well into the seats. Foul and out of play.
We got a chance to see the umpire cam there on that last pitch, and with 2 strikes, you could totally see Luis go into defense mode to just try to foul that pitch off.
1-2, Roop delivers, and Arise fouls another one back.
I think naturally for contact guys like Luis, you have a tendency with 2 strikes to kind of forget your lower half and become a little more handsy. That time, that foul ball, he shut all of his lower half down and just kind of swatted that ball away.
Pitch outside, 2-2. Rise 1 for 4 in each of the first 2 games of this series. That included a double last night. He's got 4 doubles in his last 4 games. And now 27 doubles on the year for Arise. Kind of some sneaky slug in there for him this year. 2-2, way away. And the count 3 balls, 2 strikes. Bogarts has 28 doubles. Machado has 31 doubles. Those are the only guys with more than Arise on the Padre roster. Fouled back again, just totally spoiling that fastball from Landon Roop. And the count remains full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Arise last year, 32 doubles on the full season. Here's the 9th pitch of the at-bat, and another foul ball out of play left side.
Let's do it again.
Rise has the average right now at 289. Of course, he won the batting title last year at 314. 3-2 on a line into left center. Ramos to his left, gets there, catches it, falls down, nearly lost it, but somehow held on to it as he slammed into the ground. Not an effort for the Art Museum, but play made by Elliot Ramos and one away.
Beautiful stroke by Luis there. Unfortunately, Elliot Ramos able to capture the baseball. Round number one.
He did not catch it, captured it. Here's Manny, and he takes it on the hands. Ball one to Machado. Here comes the lumber, brought to you by Dixie Line Lumber and Home Centers. Fix it, build it, enjoy it. And just so nobody thinks I'm slandering Elliot Ramos, the face he made after making the catch, I think illustrated that he felt about it about the way we did.
You know how they wipe the brow off yourself like, woo! It's kind of the look he gave.
2-0 to Manny is a breaking ball low. 3-0. One out, nobody on in the bottom of the third. Padres a 2-0 lead, and on a 3-0 swing, Manny sends one high and deep into left center field and gone into the bullpen. Manny Machado's 21st home run of the season. Padres have added on again. It's 3-0.
Don't fret. I know the RBIs had kind of went to sleep there for a few games, but he got one last night. He gets another one on an absolute bullet to left center. I spoke on it yesterday. His BP was one of the best BP rounds I've ever seen. That stroke mimics what I saw yesterday. A line drive out to left center. Padres go up 3-0.
425 feet. I think it bounced into the Giant bullpen, which is the upper bullpen. And now O'Hearn takes low, ball one.
You know, oftentimes you hear from your hitting coach during BP, all right, just try to hit a line drive through the center field wall. And it's a visual. You don't actually think you can do it. That man there can.
1-0 outside. Came off the bat 108 miles an hour. 2-0 to Ryan O'Hearn, who had an RBI single his first time. Inside outs, this one in the air up the left field side, and it comes down in the ninth row.
Really good hitters leave evidence behind why they're so good. Yesterday, Manny had a very similar double to left center. He had a bullet to right, both on a line. He's just picking up where he left off last night.
That's good news. 2-1 is down and in. 3 balls and a strike to O'Hearn. And Machado's maybe had, some little mini tiny dips in production at times this year, but overall, it has been a wildly productive season. 3-1 is inside and low, ball 4. Second walk allowed by Landon Roop. O'Hearn aboard safely for the second time tonight. And the Padres with a 3-0 lead here in the third inning. He's a man aboard, 1 out, and Ramon Laureano coming in.
He's one of those guys in Manny that you just don't worry about production when it comes to, because he's always, when it's all said and done, going to be right around where he always is, and that's at the top of the league in all of the major offensive categories.
The Giants pitching coach, J.P. I was about to say Sears. They're not related. J.P. Martinez is out to chat. Visit to the mound brought to you by the Window Depot, offering the best prices and biggest inventory on in-stock vinyl windows and interior and exterior doors. Order online or find a location near you at thewindowdepot.com. We got J.P. Martinez, J.P. Sears, DJ Rayburn. Big night for initials. And the Padres having a big night at the dish. Very productive. They've scored in each of the first 3 innings and have a 3-0 lead. O'Hearn at first, 1 out. Laureano stands in 0 for 1. Group is ready, and the first pitch after the mound visit is a fastball that he yanks outside to the right-handed batter, ball 1. Petco Park jam-packed here tonight for Game 3 of this 4-game series. 1-0. Laureano takes the fastball strike. Michael King bobblehead giveaway here tonight. King, by the way, sounds like he's going to throw a bullpen session or a sim game here on Sunday. Laureano checks, takes low, ball 2. That will be in lieu of a minor league rehab outing. And so if the sim game here on Sunday goes well, perhaps we could see Michael King make a start on the next road trip in Minnesota. Runner on first, 1 out, 2-1 to Laureano. The pitch. And Ramon hits it off of the pitcher, Roop, who falls flat on his face. Bailey, the catcher, goes to get the ball on the grass in front of the mound. And Roop is up and hobbling and now back down to one knee, trying to stand up, but being told to stay down as they come out to check on him.
It's the line drive that hits him, but it's him trying to get out of the way that I think ends up hurting his knee. The ball's coming. Remember, the pitcher's on a slope. He's not on a flat surface, so he's trying to get out of the way and also trying to maintain balance on this slope, and it looked like he might have tweaked his knee as he was in the process of trying to get out of the way of that baseball.
That's what they're looking at, his left knee. And they're not looking at it in a way that indicates it got hit by a baseball. They're looking at it structurally and kind of feeling around on it, and you're exactly right.
You see this a lot with pitchers. Yes, they may get hit by a baseball, it may hurt, but in the process, you're also trying to figure out balance while you're on this slope, and they're gonna need some type of cart to get him off the field. This is looking pretty serious.
He is now sitting down. It's his left knee that they've been checking on. He's sort of on the front right slope of the mound, kind of the first base side of the mound, on the dirt. And he's got the left leg totally extended out, the right leg kind of bent as he just sits there. And now, as Tony said, it looks like they're going to go try and find some assistance to help get him off the field. The Padres head athletic trainer, Mark Rogo, is on the walkie-talkie as he goes out to check, and they're bringing the cart in from the left field corner.
Hate to see it. You know, initially, anytime a baseball is hit 96 miles per hour coming back, you're typically worried about that, but you could tell immediately it had nothing to do with the baseball hitting him and everything to do with what happened after or in the process of trying to get out of the way.
Still have not seen a replay, but yeah, Tony had it nailed from moment one. And now you've got a couple of the medical personnel from AMR out there, along with athletic trainers from both teams. And now getting a second look on TV. And yeah, I mean, it caught him maybe on the hip or the side.
Yeah.
And his entire left knee got stuck and twisted around, and it did not look good.
The right knee, just you could see it go in and out. So just hope that it's not as serious as it looked.
So they've got Roop on the cart on the grass in front of the mound. The Giants obviously will have to figure out who they want to use to pitch here, and that guy will have as much time as he needs to get ready. Ryan O'Hearn, who's the runner at second base, heading back to the Padre dugout. Obviously going to be a few minutes here, and a nice ovation from the crowd as they salute Landon Roop, who is on the cart, now in foul territory, working his way up the third baseline. They'll drive him into that tunnel there and then probably back around underneath, maybe do some imaging or at least into the Giants clubhouse. So really tough to see for Landon Roop. Remember, this is only his second start back after missing 3 weeks with an elbow issue, and this one just kind of a freak accident, bad luck sort of deal.
Just feels like he probably can't catch a break. Off the IL finally and back to pitching, and boom, this happens.
So the Giants, I think, trying.
Well, this is the most famous jersey in baseball, right? The Yankee pinstripes, the interlocking NY, and the Midnight Navy. I was a Yankee fan growing up my whole life, diehard, and became a free agent after 7 years with the Rockies, and I wanted to be a Yankee so bad. Putting this jersey on for a headshot for the first time, it felt different than any other shirt I'd ever put on in my career.
What is something that you snack on that you don't worry about?
I love Uncrustables. I could eat like 10 of them in one sitting.
In no regard for his body? I don't even wait till it thaw out.
Hey, put them in a toaster next time. Just toast it, yep. It'll change your life.
Yeah, just an incredible play by Riley Green.
You're an all-star on the field and off, bro.
I appreciate it.
Hey,
thank you.
Riley Green, bro, food genius.
Can we recognize the athleticism of the elite security down there?
Unbelievable. I give a 10 down. Pretty good.
Yeah. Look at that.
I mean, come on, Joe Ryan.
It's all part of the experience.
This is an experience tonight. Oh, look out. In between the legs of Jose Altuve, almost clipped his buddy in the on-deck circle.
Hey, that'll wake you up.
And Fortes is able to hang on to the foul tip.
Fortes
getting a little help from the love handle there.
Permanente for all that is you.
If you've been injured in a motorcycle or e-bike accident, call Padilla Law today. Padilla Law Group is a father-son team of San Diego natives who will fight for your rights and treat you like family. Go to PadillaLawGroup.com today to schedule your free consultation.
Tony Gwynn Jr. here. The baseball season is upon us, which means long days and restless nights. So I spoke to my friends at Symbiotica, who recommended I take their best-selling magnesium L-threonate daily. And let me tell you, my sleep is deeper, I wake up feeling refreshed, and my mind is sharper. If you're struggling with restless nights or brain fog, this is your game changer. Want to feel the same? Go to Symbiotica.com and use code PADRES for 15% off plus shipping site-wide. That's Symbiotica.com, code PADRES for 15% off.
Contractors, ready to hit a home run with your next outdoor job? Swing into J&W Lumber for brands like TimberTech and Trex for all your decking, fencing, and pergola needs. We have everything you need, always in stock. Call 760-444-4299 or visit jwlumber.com. Let's get it started.
Left-hander Joey Lucchesi into the ball game for the Giants, as Jesse mentioned before we went to break, all out of the bullpen for him this year. 23rd appearance, 0-1 with a 3.13 ERA.
He is just starting to warm up sort of in earnest. He was completely cold out in the bullpen. And so when he first got to the playing field, just kind of standing in front of the mound, basically playing catch with Patrick Bailey to loosen up. Now he is on top of the mound, getting ready to go. Former Padre, bunch of games in San Diego, 58 starts over the course of the 2018-19 and 20 seasons, drafted by the Padres once upon a time, and a Bay Area guy, Joey Lucchesi. So opportunity to pitch at home. He's got a young family now, and good to see Joey Fuego every time we get to see him. He'll be asked to provide at least a little bit of length here with the Padres up 3-0, and Gavin Sheets coming up with 2 on and 1 out. And if you just popped in with us, Landon Roop, the starter for the Giants, was hit by a line drive a moment ago by Laureano, but it wasn't so much the getting hit by a line drive as it was the trying to get out of the way of the line drive. And his left knee just did some things that knees are not supposed to do as he kind of tried to twist his body away from the batted ball.
Yeah, it was quite ugly. You hope that it's not as bad as it certainly looked. But on the flip side of this for the Padres, offense, barreling up the baseball, putting up some early runs here, and looking to get some more here.
Lucchesi has not gone longer than 2 innings in any of his relief outings this season. He's not thrown more than 33 pitches, so I'm not sure how realistic it is to ask him for any more than that here tonight, but that is Bob Melvin's issue, not ours, and we'll see how they handle it. Pitching change brought to you by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Valvoline is your 15-minute instant drive-through oil change. Visit SoCalOilChange.com for directions and discounts. That's SoCalOilChange.com. Again, the Padres with a 3-0 lead here in the bottom of the third inning. Laureano at first, O'Hearn at second, 1 out when play resumes. And Lucchesi is definitely getting closer and closer. Warming up in earnest, just dropped a nice curve in there to an invisible batter. And the home plate umpire, DJ Rayburn, is standing on the grass to the right of the mound. I think he just asked Joey, hey, you want one more, or are you ready to go? And Joey said one more. So we'll have the one final warm-up pitch here from Lucchesi. And, of course, Joey's been around a little bit now, but we've seen it so many times. A young guy comes in this situation. He kind of feels rushed, doesn't get himself as ready as perhaps he needs to. And Joey seems to have full command of that situation. He's got the baseball, and we are ready to resume, it appears. Although Lucchesi, for one reason or another, is currently on the grass to the left of the mound. Yeah, he's sort of looking around.
DJ Rayburn's also kind of looking around. Not 100% sure what's going on. I know Lucchesi is not throwing any more warm-up pitches. And now we're ready.
Maybe Joey just wanted a moment of zen to center himself.
This is the one time where you can, as a pitcher, you can tell the umpire how this is going to go.
No clock, nothing like that. And ready to resume. Rayburn going to rush off home plate. Joey kind of stretching on the mound a little bit, but as we said, he's done throwing. He was a very popular teammate in San Diego. Just a very distinct, delightful personality.
Yeah.
All right, so Gavin Sheets gets in. Lefty to lefty against Joey Fuego. 2 on, 1 out. And first pitch fastball is high, 1-0. Gavin homered his first time up, his 16th of the season. That is a new career high. Just kind of ripped one down the right field line, able to hook it inside the pole. That made it 2-0. It's now 3-0, and they want more. 1-0. Sheets takes a fastball strike. And that evens it up 1-1. Gavin having a career year, and maybe the most impressive thing, as you talked about after the home run, is that he's still being productive now, even without the playing time. 1-1, and Sheets out in front of a curve, swings and misses, strike 2.
It says something about Gavin to have to shift roles mid-season and still find a way to be productive, whether it's against left-handed pitching or against right-handed pitching, with very sporadic at-bats. It's one of the toughest things to do at this level in this league. He's making it look easy right now.
Way easier than it could be. 1-2 to Gavin Sheets. Runners lead at first and second. Here's the pitch from Lucchesi, and that's in the air deep down the right field line. Sheets towards the pole again. Gonna go! Second of the night for Gavin Sheets. He is homered in 2 straight innings. This one a 3-run shot, and it's 6-0 San Diego.
Remarkable. Got the hanging cookie right in the middle of the plate and tucked it just inside the right field pole. Gavin Sheets is on a heater. 3-run shot. Padres jump ahead 6-0.
Jose Iglesias now with 1 out and nobody on. Takes a high strike, 0-1.
Again, to have these type of weapons that occasionally you can start or maybe bring off the bench, it's an asset.
0-1 is high. It is an asset that if you have championship aspirations,
I was just getting to it,
must have.
The Padres did not have that type of weapon off the bench last year. They had some good weapons, but none that could come in and do that at any given point.
1-1 to Iglesias, and a swing and a miss, strike 2. Second multi-homer game of the year for Sheets. Had one in Toronto back in May. Padres have homered 3 times in the first 3 innings here tonight.
Certainly a good problem to have if you're Mike Schilt.
Oh, it ain't a problem. 1-2 is grounded slowly off the right side of the mound. Kicks towards Toss. He's got it, drops it, picks it up. Nothing to do with it. Oh, boy. It is unraveling on the Giants here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. That'll be an error on the second baseman, Christian Koss.
Routine, soft ground ball. Kind of got it on an in-between hop. And as he tried to work through the baseball, it popped out of his glove. It'll go down as an error.
Five straight Padres have reached since Arise lined out, leading off in this bottom of the 3rd inning. And aboard for Jake Cronenworth, who takes inside, but a balk has been called. So the pitch does not count, but it is a balk on Lucchesi, and Iglesias will now go to second.
It is indeed seemingly unraveling here for the Giants. Padres will put a runner in scoring position.
Since Landon Roop was knocked out of the game with the injury, there has been a 3-run homer, an error, and a balk. Pitch to Jake is a fastball strike, 0-1. That is, the stuff of nightmares if you're on the other side. I don't think he ever came set.
No, he did.
0-1. Cronenworth checks his swing, takes up and in. And now 1 ball, 1 strike. So Iglesias at second after the balk, 1-1 to Cronenworth. Here's the pitch. Jake takes in the dirt outside. So yeah, kind of a nightmare sequence for the Giants, but if you're the Padres, all of this something to smile about. Brought to you by Smile Spirits. Real vodka cocktails, not a boring seltzer. Available at smilespirits.com. Keg and bottle. or swing by Baja Rick's before the game and enjoy Smile Spirits before first pitch. Smile Spirits, making San Diego smile. Here's the 2-1, and Cronenworth takes high. Oh, called a strike. And now even 2-2. Sheets' second home run this season against a left-handed pitcher. He's only got 4 career homers against lefties. Ball high, 3-2 to Jake. And again, doing it with very sporadic playing time. 6-0 Padres in the bottom of the third inning. Cronenworth will use his timeout.
That's a credit to Gavin. I mean, have that kind of playing time and then to go from basically that to very little and keep your head, keep your same work ethic, make sure that you're ready when you get the opportunity. Checked all those boxes.
3-2 to Cronenworth. Lucchese delivers. Jake swings, fouls it off the home plate umpire, DJ Rayburn. Took a pretty good bite out of it.
You see him take that step back. Seems to be all right. This ball squared him up pretty good. Oof. Jaw.
Yeah, kind of left side of the mask.
Yeah, now Padres staff is going to check out him, Ricky Horta. Got to make sure you don't have a concussion now.
Major League Baseball and really all the pro sports have gotten so much better about being proactive in these situations. Even if it is just kind of a check-in from one of the athletic trainers, they kind of mandate that something takes place to just make sure the guy is okay. And he is. 6-0 Padres in the third. Iglesias at second, 1 out. 3-2 the pitch. Cronenworth swings and fouls it away out of play left side. All right, so you got good news score-wise here at Petco. Good news score-wise at Coors Field because the Dodgers are coming to bat in the top of the ninth inning in Denver. And the Colorado Rockies have an 8-1 lead.
Shohei Ohtani was the starter on the bump for the Dodgers in this ball game.
3-2 is on the inside corner, top of the zone. Strike 3 call. Borderline pitch. It went the Giants' way. And that is the elusive middle out here in the bottom of the third.
See, that's the tough part about conceding a pitch that earlier in that at-bat that wasn't a strike. He just kind of shook his head, didn't really. But then that one, a little bit closer, ends up taking the punching.
Now Freddie Fermin, the 8th guy to hit in the inning. Lucchese delivers a curve that misses high, ball 1.
And what I mean by that is he was relatively cordial with DJ Rayburn after the first call, and then he gets rung up on that last one. I would definitely feel away.
Fermin swings, sends it in the air to right field, not deep. Fitzgerald in and over towards the line. He'll reach up, make the one-handed catch, and end the inning, but the Padres do more damage here in the third. A home run by Manny Machado started the fun, and then Gavin Sheets a 3-run shot. Head to the 4th inning at Petco Park. Padres 6, Giants nothing on the Padres Radio Network.
Frozen Ropes is calling all baseball players ages 7 to 6.
They flip with the glove. That was not a good idea.
All he needed to do was try to get the lead guy by giving him a nice easy feed.
No, stay on your feet. No. I thought he was going to stay on his feet.
Uh-oh. The Goose did not know that the game was starting. Maybe the Goose thought it was 6:45 first pitch time.
Oh, man, off the glove and off the dome. He's saying, oh, man, what happened? It's a moment that he'll never forget, and that'll be on the blooper everywhere.
St. Louis Cardinals, one of the cleanest jerseys in the game. I've always felt that way. And, you know, the birds on the bat, just an iconic logo. I mean, look how rich that yellowish gold is in the bat. You know, all the stitching with the birds. I've just always thought it's one of the best looks in the game. 35 is the number I wore in my Major League debut. I actually think this might be the jersey from my Major League debut. So that was 2010, May 29th.
Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. But you already know that. eBay. Things, people, love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Top of the fourth at Petco Park. The Trust End will score the Padres 6 and the Giants nothing. And J.P. Sears, the beneficiary of the big run support that the Padres have put together. Very nice for him in his first Major League action in a couple of weeks. His first home start as a Padre. And beyond all that, the only thing to be aware of in the third, obviously the Roop injury, a big part of that. So see if he's got to knock any rust off here. Wilmer Flores leads off, and he takes a good sharp breaking ball for a strike, 0-1. Padres 6 runs, 6 hits, and they have scored in each of the first 3 innings here tonight. They've already hit 3 homers, 2 from Gavin Sheets. The 1 pitch is outside, 1-1. So far, so good here tonight. And again, the Rockies now 2 outs away from closing out the Dodgers at Coors Field. Flores swings here, sends it in the air to right. Fernando over towards the line, taking long strides to get there, which he does to make the catch 1 away. And we pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Padres Radio Network.
KWFN and KWFN HD1 San Diego.
Hi, this is Michael King. The Padres play here on San Diego's #1 station, 97.3 The Fan.
And Odyssey Sports Station.
With Tony Gwynn Jr. and our producer, engineer Dave Marcus, I'm Jesse Agler. Kyle Ovenshire in our San Diego studios. Padres with a 6-0 lead over the Giants here in the 4th inning. 1 out, nobody on. Casey Schmidt takes outside. Top of the 4th brought to you by Genesis Home Improvements, San Diego's trusted painting, roofing, and window company. How nice for J.P. Sears. Here's the 1-0, and Schmidt takes right down the middle, 1-1.
Nice little cushion to work with. Now it's just about getting out.
One and one, the pitch. And Schmidt takes low and outside, 2 balls and a strike. Sears ready, the lefty deals and hits the inside edge at the top of the zone. That evens it up 2-2. Giants have struggled against left-handed starters this year. San Francisco going 13-21 in games started by southpaws. 2-2 right on the inside corner. Don't get the call. And we have had some really, really shaky balls and strikes in this series so far.
That ball looked almost identical to the pitch before.
Maybe even caught more play. 3-2 now. And Schmidt swings, hammers it to deep left field. Sheets is back at the wall, gonna go. Casey Schmidt comes home and hits a home run. Got a call on the pitch before, takes advantage, and the Giants are on the board at 6-1.
First at bat, he lined out to Manny. This time he puts a little bit more air under it. Gets it over the southwest side in left field, and the Giants get on the board on a solo shot from Casey Schmidt. Wanted this ball up. It ends up out over the plate, a little bit off the plate, and Schmidt just hooks this ball into the left field seats.
And Sears, as Lee gets into the left-handed batter's box, just kind of stared into the plate umpire. Rayburn kicked some dirt around, wanted to send some kind of message, it looked like. Fastball here right down the pipe, and a called strike, 0-1. It's got to be so frustrating as a pitcher.
Pitcher, hitter, it all gets under your skin a little bit.
Another fastball down the middle, 0-2.
But the job is to refocus, get back to getting out. You got a ball game to win.
1 out, nobody on. The 0-2 to Lee is fouled back to the net. Lee spun himself around on that swing. Helmet popped off his head. Padres with a 5-run lead here in the top of the 4th inning. Dodgers not going quietly at Coors. They are down to their final out, trailing 8-3 with a runner on second base. 0-2 again. The pitch to Lee is outside. He was tempted by it, kind of flinched at it, but never offered. Lee singled his first time. That was when the Giants loaded the bases in the second inning, but Sears worked out of it. 1-2, swing and a miss. Comes back to strike out Jung-Hoo Lee. Second K of the night for J.P. Sears, and 2 outs here in the fourth.
Old-fashioned four-seam fastball. Able to get it by Jung-Hoo Lee for out number 2.
It has gone final in Colorado. The Rockies have defeated the Dodgers 8-3. So the Padres are now a game and a half in back of L.A. with another half game to be figured here tonight. First pitch to Koss is a changeup at the knees for strike 1. So by my math, the Padres win this game, they will be 1 game out of first place. Padres and Giants play a day game tomorrow. Rockies and Dodgers play a day game tomorrow. Pitch low, 1-1.
All boils down to how they're going to play. Padres certainly went into that last series a game up before getting swept. Probably played 3 of their worst ball games of the season.
1-1. Koss nearly hit. He spins around from an inside fastball. 2-1.
Well, at least 2 of their worst games. First game was well played.
And if you're somehow unaware, the Dodgers will be here this weekend. There are limited tickets available. Not many. You can try. 2-1 is chopped back to the mound. Sears has it on the front slope. Squares himself, fires to first in time, and that'll end the top of the fourth inning for J.P. Sears. Giants get 1 on the Casey Schmidt homer, but the Padres have a 6-1 lead, and the top of the order coming up on the Padres Radio Network.
Hey players, things are about to get real here in San Diego. Introducing the all-new Hamul Casino Resort with a 200-room hotel tower, exciting new evenings.
I feel like food and sharing a meal with someone is a universal language. You can't go to a ballpark and not have a nice hot dog. So if I'm at the ballpark, I'm gonna get a nice heavy glizzy. You gotta have chili on there, you gotta have cheese. If your hot dog isn't bending in the middle because it's like about to fall apart, then you're not doing it right. So you gotta have a glizzy and then something cold, whatever it is, beer, lemonade, you gotta have something cold to wash that hot dog down with.
Five-man umpiring crew here today, and this young superstar is in the stands.
And did their feet get tangled up? Yes, so Hoppy tripped, or he might have caught that ball.
There's a fastball. There's a flying bat. It's a high toss. And that ball is off the ladder. It's actually off the ladder. You never see that.
Haggerty is on with an infield hit. A little tumble behind the mound. Hat fell off. That was awesome. I mean, you just don't see that.
CTD.com/Padres.
Bottom of the fourth is brought to you by Eco Water SoCal. Keeping it soft and celebrating 100 years of water perfection. Visit EcoWaterSoCal.com. Your water should be perfect.
Padres with a 6-1 lead as they come to bat in the bottom of the fourth inning. Tatis, Arise, and Machado against the new Giants pitcher Tristan Beck. He relieves Joey Lucchesi, who came on after the injury to Landon Roop. And for Joey Fuego, got credit for 2 outs, charged with 1 run on 1 hit. It was a Gavin Sheets homer, and he struck out a batter. Here is Tatis against the righty, and Beck's first pitch is a slider right at the knees for a called strike, 0-1. Pitching change brought to you by Sid's Carpet Barn. Sid's Carpet Barn stands alone as San Diego's floor covering leader. From a huge selection of premium high-end choices to quality budget-friendly options, Sid's has you covered. Tatis fouls 1 out of play, and the count now 0-2 on Fernando. Tatis 1 out of 2 on the night, doubled and scored in the first inning, grounded out in the third, in the second, and was the only Padre not to bat in the third. 0-2, Beck ready to pitch. And Tatis checks on a ball low and outside. Count goes to 1-2. Luis Arraez on deck, and Manny Machado to follow after that. Manny has already homered here tonight. A long one out to the bullpens in left center. 1-2 the pitch, and Fernando has to lift up the hands at the last second, get out of the way of that slider. And the count evens up, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Deck is set, now the pitch. And again, inside, this time a fastball. 3-2 to Tatis. Back ready. Here's the payoff pitch. Fernando swings, fouls it off at the plate. We're just sort of starting to talk about this in the top of the inning in regards to the Dodgers losing and where the Padres are in the standings. And you were on a good roll on your talk show this afternoon. I overheard it about that. You know, as long as the Padres play good baseball, you're going to be fine. And they didn't play good baseball, as you said, 2 of the 3 games in L.A. last weekend. 3-2 up and in, and a leadoff walk to Tatis here in the bottom of the 4th. And obviously that's way easier said than done. We understand the challenges of that. But this team this year, when they have played good, clean, fundamental, good pitching, all that, I mean, the talent and their sort of approach will take care of the rest.
I think there's no doubt they have the talent, and it is easier said than done, but that is the job, that's the task at hand. Is, you know, if you want to go deep, you're certainly going to have to play that way.
First pitch to Arraez is outside.
And so while everybody was really uptight about that 3-game series, the bottom line is Padres didn't play their best baseball. And when you're facing elite teams, you have to at least do that, and it still doesn't guarantee you a victory. Padres didn't give themselves the best chance.
1-0 to Arraez, swung on and popped it to shallow right. Koss back, Fitzgerald in, and Fitzgerald can't make the catch. They have a shot at a force at second in time. So the Giants nearly committed another misplay. I guess technically they committed, but they make up for it. And they throw Fernando out at second because obviously he had to wait and see if it was going to be caught. But Fitzgerald coming in, Koss going out. And Fitzgerald called him off, but then kind of slammed on the brakes, reached forward, and had the ball go in and out of his glove. But able to pick it up and force Tatis at second base.
He called it, but he didn't trust that Koss was going to get out of the way. Koss, he called it so late. Koss, all he could do was fall to the ground. Either way, Giants very fortunate to get an out when it was all said and done.
There's a good recovery by Koss, picking the ball up on his knees to throw Fernando out. So Arraez at first, 1 away, and Machado takes inside ball 1. It has, speaking of playing good baseball, not been a well-played game by the Giants.
Right.
Home runs are one thing.
It wasn't a well-played game by him yesterday. The error really opened the door for the Padres to get more runs.
Manny lines this one foul. That's a good point. They committed 2 errors yesterday, 2 errors Monday. This doesn't go as an error, but it was real close.
Yeah, I mean, without the 4-run first inning, those errors would have cost them in game 1 as well.
1-1 to Manny. And Beck's pitch is a breaking ball that he hung. Machado pops it up towards the Padre dugout. It'll come down 3 rows in back of the bench. And now 1-2 to Machado. (6-1) Padres here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Runner on first, 1 away. And the 1-2 to Manny is outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Giants committed an error last inning, as we just talked about their sloppy play, although it did not end up costing them. Joey Lucchesi also committed a balk. So, yeah, not pretty. 2-2, and Manny lines it foul the other way. But, look, as we've seen many times this year, teams like the Padres, teams like the Dodgers, I mean, they sometimes, force you into those uncomfortable positions defensively. And you see errors committed, mental or physical, because of the pressure being put on you by a really good team.
We see the Padres do the same thing to other teams.
Fouled away.
And I think that's why they're considered one of the elite teams. And so when elite faces elite, You got to play that way. And typically, in the Padres' defense, that is how they have played, especially against the Dodgers.
No doubt. 2-2 to Machado, the pitch. And Manny able to get a piece, knock it foul on the ground behind home plate. Padres with a 6-1 lead over the Giants here in the fourth. Manny battling away against Tristan Beck. A rise at first, one out. Here's the seventh pitch of the at-bat. Swung on, sent in the air to left field, not deep. Ramos kind of over and in towards the gap. And he makes the catch for out number 2. Rise back to first base. And Ryan O'Hearn coming up for the third time. Another productive night at the dish for O'Hearn.
It's been terrific. RBI single, a walk, will later come around to score on the 3-run shot by Gavin Sheets.
Left-handed hitter waiting on Beck. First pitch, and O'Hearn grounds it up the middle to his right. Haas has it. He'll flip it to second base and force a rise to end the inning. No runs, no hits, and a man left on base. Padres failed to score for the first time tonight. And to the
Batting six now for Detroit, number 40.
No pressure chat, and thorough evaluation to see if you're a good candidate. Worst case, you learn something new. Best case, you get your life back. Grab the phone right now. Call them today. Hillcrest, Torrey Hill locations. 619-614-PAIN. 619-614-PAIN. Once again, it's 619-614-PAIN. Start feeling better today with QC Kinetics.
Top of the fifth inning. And J.P. Sears still out there for the Padres. Got a 6-1 lead over the Giants. Dodgers have lost in Colorado. And Tyler Fitzgerald, Patrick Bailey, and leadoff man Elliot Ramos coming up for San Francisco, 8-9-1. Fitzgerald drew a walk his only other time up. That loaded the bases against Sears in the second. Really the only time that he's been pressured. But on the very next pitch after the walk, he got Patrick Bailey to pop up. Left the bases loaded. Since then, only the home run by Casey Schmidt on his record. Fitzgerald, a right-handed hitter, and Sears' first pitch swung on and fouled away. Today's question of the day is brought to you by Kaiser Permanente. If you have questions about your health, visit kp.org/San Diego. Kaiser Permanente, for all that is you. Question comes from Tom in Point Loma. And you and I might have the same answer on this one. 0-1 pitch is inside. Tom wants to know our all-time favorite leadoff hitters. He says, I'll go first. It was Kenny Lofton. Great choice from Tom in Point Loma.
Yeah, I think we're going to have the same answer on this one.
Once played for the team the Padres got J.P. Sears from. Also played for the Padres.
The greatest leadoff hitter to ever play this game, and Ricky Henderson.
Easy peasy.
Rest his soul. He was the first of his kind, the only of his kind, really. And the charisma to go along with it.
Oozing charisma.
Yeah.
and personality and flair. 1-2 is outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. It's obviously fairly common in the game today to have guys, doing certain things when they hit a home run or make a good play. It was not so common in Ricky's heyday. No. But Ricky was doing it. Here's the 2-2. Fitzgerald grounds it to the left side. Iglesias to his right collects it, gets rid of it, and in time, 1 away.
Ricky was really one of the first of his kind to be in the leadoff spot, do the kind of damage he was doing. He had to pick it, touching his jerseys as he's getting out of the box. There was not a better showman in the game during that time. And listen, quite frankly, there's still no leadoff hitter doing the type of stuff that he was doing.
1 out, nobody on for Patrick Bailey, hitting right-handed. Swings to the first pitch, fouls it away. Ricky also, the rare bat right, throw left.
Yes. He had such an elite eye that if he took a pitch, umpires just pretty much conceded it was a ball.
The homers, the leadoff homers, the runs, the walks, the steals. The 1 pitch is launched in the air to left field. Pretty well struck, but playable. Sheets over into the gap, and he'll reach up, make the catch, 2 down.
So dynamic. I mean, he's the reason why the league started looking for more power in that spot. Once you realize you can't find a lot of dudes who are going to be able to run like that, you started trying to figure out what was the next best thing you could have in that spot. A guy who can get on base or a guy with some thump. And that's what we see around the league now.
Anytime we can reminisce about the late, great Ricky Henderson, we love it. Thanks to Tom in Point Loma for the question. You can send yours in as Elliot Ramos takes a strike. Just go to 973thefansd.com/question. Oh and 1, and Ramos takes outside. Last time we were at the Coliseum in Oakland, which I guess was 2 years ago. Yeah, forever appreciate it. He introduced us. Couldn't have been more kind and down to earth, by the way. 1-1. Ramos lines it over Machado. That is a fair ball. Gonna kind of dump and roll up the left field line. Sheets gets to it, sends it in. Ramos trying for 2, and he's there just ahead of the tag from Jake Cronenworth. A hustle double for Elliot Ramos here in the top of the 5th inning.
Yeah, fastball got in on their hands, but just kind of muscles it up down that left field line. Sheets does a nice job getting to it. Good throw, but we're almost able to slide in safely with the double.
Seen a good amount of Elliot Ramos' personality in this series, and even here, Cronenworth kind of kept the tag on him, as infielders do, waiting to see if he'd come off the bag. And then after Jake did that, Ramos put his hands on Cronenworth as if he were guiding him away. Made the funny face after the ugly catch earlier in this game. Obviously had some fun with the whole interference call on Monday night.
Certainly seems like they found a player in Elliot Ramos.
Devers swings and misses, strike 1.
He has played extremely well.
Padres with a 5-run lead here in the top of the 5th inning. Ramos at second, his 22nd double of the year. And Devers at the dish 0 for 2, although one of those was a Fernando home run robbery and right. Polo and outside, 1-1. Tatis going way up on the big wall in right field to make a spectacular catch. And it was, by the way, our first star of the month of August. Fernando's team leading 8th star of the year. Here's the 1-1. Devers fouls it back. We've hung 8 stars for Tatis, 6 for Machado, 5 for Merrill. Those are your clubhouse leaders with about 5 weeks to go. At some point now that we're tracking this officially, we have to decide if postseason stars count the same as regular season stars.
We'll not think about that.
1-2. Devers bangs it on the ground towards first base and foul.
My initial thought is they should start over.
Like all the rest of the stats.
This is playoffs, you got to start over.
I think that's fair. We got a month to figure it out. That's my question of the day to you.
Right.
Ball and 2 strikes to Devers. Ramos at second, 2 away, and the pitch is in the air to left field. Well struck, but probably playable. Sheets backing up right on the warning track. He makes the catch to end the inning. No runs, a double by Ramos. He's left at second base and midway at Petco Park. Padres 6 and the Giants 1.
Activa tu 5G de Claro y navega a la velocidad que tú y tu celular se merecen. Tu celular te lo pide.
Are loaded with discounts on kitchen and bath cabinetry, quality paint and stains, decking, stylish patio furniture sets, and gift card with purchase promotions on doors, windows, and a lot more. Dixie Line, a trusted name for over 100 years, helping San Diego fix it, build it, and enjoy it.
Bottom of the 5th inning, the Trust and Will scores. The Padres 6 and the Giants 1. Ramon Laureano will lead it off with Sheets and Iglesias to follow. Big night for Gavin Sheets. He has homered each of his first 2 times up and driven in 4. Laureano stands in. He had one of the more impactful swings of this game his last time up. It'll go down as an infield single, but comebacker that went right at the Giants starter, Landon Roop. And trying to get out of the way, Roop ended up twisting his knee up pretty good. Had to be carted off the field. First pitch fastball is a strike. 0-1 to Laureano. So tough break for the Giants. It was an ugly-looking injury. Certainly wish Landon Roop the best. Hope it's one of those where it looked worse than it was. But time will tell. 1-0. And Laureano takes outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Ramon has not had what I think you would call a standard path to the big leagues. 31 years old. He's from the Dominican Republic, but he moved to New York in high school. 2-0 pitch is swung on and missed. And that alone, among a lot of players that we get to know from the Dominican, makes him stand out. So many of them sign as teenagers out of the Dominican Republic as international free agents. But he got an opportunity to get a baseball scholarship in New York City and go get an education along with playing baseball. And he grabbed that opportunity in pursuit of playing baseball. 2-1 is high. 3 balls and a strike. And then, he ends up going to college, to junior college in Oklahoma, Northeastern Oklahoma A&M.
No shot.
The Golden Norseman checks his swing on a ball down, and they say he goes, so it's now 3-2, although he thinks it is strike 3. Or was it?
Yeah, it was.
Okay. So he strikes out, and 1 down to the 5th. So he goes to Oklahoma from New York City. Again, not a standard path that most people take, although we know someone who did. And ends up getting drafted in the 16th round by the Astros. Gavin Sheets stands in, swings at the first pitch, hits it a mile high, but not deep to right center. Lee is there to call off Fitzgerald, and he makes the catch 2 away. Base is empty for Jose Iglesias. And a couple weeks ago, I talked to Ramon about his journey and he was so single-minded about everything. He's like, I was just trying to give myself the best opportunity to make it here to the major leagues. That every decision that was made from New York to Oklahoma, that was the best thing in that moment for his life to do this. There was really nothing else to it.
You often hear the saying that you can't put all your eggs in one basket. I disagree with that, especially when you're pursuing something of this nature. You can't have 1 foot in and 1 foot out.
Iglesias sends it in the air to right field and deep. Fitzgerald tiptoeing back onto the edge of the track. He'll reach over, make the catch, and end a 1-2-3 inning as the Padres go in order for the first time tonight. And to the 6th, it's the Padres 6 and the Giants 1.
Have seen big changes as well. Inches lost, more confidence, improved blood pressure, more energy. Find out the secret to losing up to 1 pound of fat every day. Fast and easy. No prepackaged meals, just real food. Schedule your free consultation now at sdfatloss.com. Mention my name, Tony, for $200 off.
Back by popular demand, a second Filipino Heritage Celebration theme game has been added, featuring a limited edition basketball jersey. Secure a theme game package for Monday, September 8th. Game against the Reds to receive a ticket and your item. Visit Padres.com/theme games for all the information. Start of the 6th. Padres ahead of the Giants 6-1. J.P. Sears still out there. Adames, Flores, and Schmidt due up. And Jeremiah Estrada is throwing at the Padre bullpen. Sears has thrown 5. He's qualified for a win. And his 80th pitch of the night misses outside to Adames, ball 1. And this game may be such a good example of the luxury the Padres have in the bullpen. Because you got to win this game. And you got a 5-run lead in the 6th inning. You're not going to let it get dicey against the starter. Pitch is a strike 1-1. And maybe J.P. Sears has a 1-2-3 6th, and that would be great, obviously. And it would be a wonderful accomplishment for him. But my guess would be they're not going to let him get into even warm water in this inning against the Giant offense.
Yeah, that would be the way that
Adames swings, pops it up, mile high, foul ground, first base. O'Hearn is over, but will not have a play.
That would be the way that Mike Schultz has drawn it up. He would love for J.P. Sears to go 1-2-3 this inning, hand it off to Estrada with a clean one, or whoever he decides to go to. But don't get it twisted. If he gets into any trouble, we will see Estrada.
Adames 0 for 2. He's popped to right and fouled to first. Sears has him 1-2. The pitch on the way is hammered in the air deep down the left field line towards the western meadow and foul off the side brick wall. And probably the best hit ball of the night against J.P. Sears, but a foul.
Sounded nice, but a long strike for Willie Adames.
One and two, Sears delivers, and Adames takes way outside. So 2 balls and 2 strikes from Sears. The only mark on his record here tonight, the Casey Schmidt homer in the 4th inning. Pitch on the way, and a ground ball to third base. Manny vacuums it up, pats it in the glove, and throws to first base in time, 1 away.
Who's on deck for the Padres in the 6th is brought to you by TimberTech Decking and Railing. Everything wood should be. Visit TimberTech.com for the Padres. It'll be 8-9-1. Cronenworth, Fermin, Tatis.
Out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by KMG Psychiatry, the official mental health partner of the Padres Radio Network, offering TMS, transcranial magnetic stimulation, to help those military heroes in need lift the fog of depression. Visit KMGPsychiatry.com. One out, nobody on for Wilmer Flores. And the first pitch is down and in, ball 1. Sears trying to finish 6th here tonight against the Giants. Had a great start against them earlier this year, wearing green and gold. Here's the 1-0. Flores takes a little bit outside. 2 balls and no strikes. July 4th in Sacramento, 6 shutout innings against these guys. Padres opened up the run support for him big time here tonight, and he's taken full advantage. Here's the 2-0, and Flores takes a little low ball 3. All right, at Coors Field, Shohei Ohtani allowed 5 runs in 4 innings. Rockies beat the Dodgers 8-3. They've got a day game tomorrow at Coors Field. At Wrigley, the Cubs beat the Brewers again. 3-0 to Flores right down the middle, and a called strike. There's a 4-3 win for the Baby Bears, and now 3 straight over Milwaukee. So Cubs right now 2.5 games in front of the Padres for the top wild card in the National League.
3 of the first 4 go to the Cubs. Chance to take 4 or 5 tomorrow.
3-1, and Flores takes a strike. A doubleheader makeup game in there for those who might be confused. In Detroit, after being shut out in 3 straight games, the Astros scored today, but lost 7-2.
Step in the right direction for them.
3-2, and Flores hits it on the ground to the right side. To his left, Cronenworth has it. A long throw to first in, plenty of time to get the slow runner. And 2 away here in the 6th inning for J.P. Sears. Astros did not give up any ground in the AL West, by the way. Seattle swept in Philadelphia. Phillies hounded the Mariners tonight 11-2. Kyle Schwarber hit his 45th home run of the season.
Tough place to play, for sure.
Sears trying to finish 6th for the 6th time this year. And in Tampa, remember last night the Yankees hit 9 homers. They got 5 more today. And that ties the 2-game Major League record. The 1999 Reds also hit 14 homers in back-to-back games. Casey Schmidt takes a strike, 0-1. That was a sneaky good Reds team that lost a 1-game playoff to Al Leiter and the Mets. Aaron Boone was a part of that 99 Reds team and now managing the Yankee team that ties the record. Mark Sweeney, I think, our friend, also on those 99 Reds. Ground ball to third. That should do the inning. Machado's got it. And a throw to first, plenty of time to get Casey Schmidt. A 1-2-3-6 for J.P. Sears, who rolled out 3 ground ball outs here this inning. After 5.5, Padres 6, Giants 1.
You like to quietly plot your moves on the diamond, Scorpio, but you also know that it takes the entire team to win a game. Next time you're in the clubhouse, you can initiate a strategy session to maximize everyone's strengths. Working with your teammates to nail down a game plan is the best way to get one step closer to that spot in the postseason.
We like to stay on topic here, but Squirrel.
What? Where?
Squirrel.
Where?
Oh, no.
How about that? That went right up into the batter's eye, into the camera position. How about that?
Whoa, that one will fall into the White Sox dugout.
Well, it looks like he's still aggravated about being traded away. She's so excited she just threw it back. That was off the ledge, too. We can't get that down.
How do you get out, though? That's the problem. There's no exit.
All about timing, rhythm, and heart. And whether it's a walk-off hit or a perfectly turned double play, the game always finds its beat. Around the League is brought to you by Pfizer's Eliquis, helping reduce the risk of stroke from atrial fibrillation not caused by a heart valve problem, because staying in rhythm matters, on and off the field.
Bottom of the 6th inning at Petco Park, the Trust and will score. The Padres 6 and the Giants 1. Cronenworth, Fermin, and Tatis coming up against Tristan Beck, now in his 3rd inning of relief. Landon Roop left after 2 1/3 when he was hit by a comebacker, twisted his knee. Joey Lucchese got the final 2 outs that inning. And Beck, a scoreless 4th, a scoreless 5th, and now on here in the 6th inning. Cronenworth, a left-handed batter, and Beck's first pitch to him is grounded slowly to first base. Gobbled up by Devers. He brings it himself. And 1 pitch, 1 out. Every Padres Friday home game is a party in the park presented by Southwest Airlines. Start your weekend with $5 drink specials, live music, and more in the fully renovated Gallagher Square. From the time gates open until first pitch, explore all Friday games at Padres.com/party. Guarantee you it'll be popping this Friday night. Game 1 of that series against the Dodgers. Here's Freddie Fermin. He takes a high strike. The final 3 regular season games of the year between the Padres and the Dodgers.
Sad.
Yeah. 0-1, and Fermin takes outside. Might have read or heard us talk about that, by winning percentage calculation, the Padres and Dodgers have the 2 easiest remaining schedules in all of baseball. Here's the 1-1. Fermin swings and misses. It was the Dodgers with the easiest remaining schedule, the Padres with the second easiest remaining schedule. But, of course, once the Padres are done with the Dodgers, their schedule becomes much easier.
Yeah, exactly.
So it will be, after this weekend, the easiest remaining schedule on paper. Fermin fouls it away at any team in the major leagues based on opposing winning percentage. So it is all there for the Pods. But as you said, and as we talked about a couple of innings ago, if they play good baseball, it's not going to matter who's on the other side.
We've seen that. When they play their best, they're one of the best teams in this league.
Period.
Period.
Fermin swings and misses, strike 3. 2 down in the bottom of the 6th. The order will turn over for Tatis. Padres ahead 6-1. And that's it. I mean, it's that simple. I don't know what's going to happen. But, I think that's part of why you and I didn't pull any fire alarms after losing 4 straight. They didn't play well, so they didn't get results. But they're going to play well most of the time, and they're going to win a lot of those games. All inside to Fernando, 1-0. Tatis 1 out of 2 with a double, a walk, and a run scored. Longest home run drought of his career right now. Pitch is taken for a strike at the knees on the outside corner. He robbed a home run in the top of the 1st inning tonight. Tremendous catch to take one away from Devers. But he's not homered since July 24th. 1-1 pitch is a check swing foul. I think he caught the knob of the bat. Two outs, nobody on. 1-2 to Tatis. Beck is ready. Here's the pitch. And Fernando with a late swing and a miss at a fastball. He strikes out to end a 1-2-3 6th inning. And to the 7th at Petco Park. Still the Padres 6 and the Giants 1 on the Padres Radio Network.
Hey.
2 packs of 1986 Topps baseball cards. Let's open them up and see who's in here. I love the bubble gum. Oh my. Tom Seaver, but with a White Sox uniform on. The franchise for the Mets. I played with him in 1983, my rookie season. I was just in awe with these guys when I saw them in spring training and got a chance to play with them. Baseball cards of memories.
And your kids go to the right people if something happens to you. It's one of the most important things you can do for your family, and you can do it all online in minutes. Make your estate plan and make it count at trustandwill.com. That's trustandwill.com.
Stop the 7 is brought to you by Kaiser Permanente. For all that is you.
Giants coming to bat against somebody other than J.P. Sears for the first time tonight. He is in line to win as a Padre for the first time this year. Trustin will score. The Padres 6 and the Giants 1. Wandy Peralta takes over. Sears 6 strong. 1 run, 4 hits, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. For 93 pitches, 58 of which were strikes. And the pitching change brought to you by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Valvoline is your 15-minute instant drive-through oil change. Visit SoCalOilChange.com for directions and discounts. That's SoCalOilChange.com. Ball 1 outside to Jung-Hoo Lee. Wandy's pitch grounded foul toward the Padre dugout. And the count is even now 1-1. Lee celebrating his birthday tonight. The 1 out of 2 with a single and a strikeout. Four out of 10 in the first 3 games of this 4-game series. Do it again tomorrow afternoon. Ground ball foul at first base, 1-2. Fun little pitching matchup, by the way, tomorrow. Justin Verlander, who had a great one his last time out against Dylan Cease. Lefty to lefty, Wandy deals, and in the dirt outside. That evens it up 2-2 on Lee. Christian Koss is on deck. Tyler Fitzgerald after that. We saw Estrada warming last inning if J.P. Sears got himself into trouble, which he, of course, did not. But you go to Wandy here. And again, we might be winding our way, 2-2 pitch is low, towards one of those situations where for a Robert Suarez or, I don't know, a Mason Miller, there's not as much work as perhaps arguably there needs to be.
The irony is that there was so much work early on. The Padres
3-2 swung on and missed, and Lee strikes out, 1 down in the 7th.
Playing so many one-run games that even in games where it was tied or they're down, the back end of the bullpen was getting reps. Now, since the deadline, there have been many more games where it hasn't been within the 3-run range, and you're trying to save those back end arms for those type of spots. And so if you continue to win or put up numbers the way the offense has,
Koss takes outside.
You're going to have to find creative ways to keep those guys fresh.
Did see Morejon, Adam Suarez yesterday. Saw Miller on Monday. Estrada, Morejon, Suarez, Adam on Sunday. So
it's kind of piecing it together, getting guys certainly not the workload they had early, which is fine by everyone.
But there is a sweet spot.
There is.
Ground ball up the first baseline, foul, 1-2 to Koss.
There 100% is a sweet spot. And trying to find that and navigate it, Mike Shilt's really good at that.
Koss 1 for 2 with a single so far tonight. It's definitely one of those things we'll kind of keep a little bit of an eye on.
For sure.
Koss, 27-year-old from Riverside, played at UC Irvine. Pitch line foul the other way. He does something you and I both appreciate. He wears the short sleeve turtleneck.
Yes, he does. Classic baseball look.
It is Major League debut back at the beginning of April. And he takes right on the inside corner. Strike 3 called. Back-to-back Ks for Wandy Peralta to begin the 7th inning. Got Lee swinging. Now he gets Koss looking. And 2 down for the number 8 hitter, Tyler Fitzgerald.
It's the type of start to an inning. Punch out swinging, and then the sinker coming back over the inside corner for the punchy.
Here's Fitzgerald 0 for 1 with a walk and a ground out. Swings and misses, strike 1. Padres up 6-1 here in the top of the 7th inning. Gavin Sheets, a pair of homers, solo shot in the 2nd, 3-run homer in the 3rd. Machado, a solo shot in the 3rd. Brian O'Hearn, another RBI single. That was in the 1st inning. Wandy misses in the dirt, 1-1. Trying to work a 1-2-3-7. Pitch on the way, and Fitzgerald grounds it to third base. Manny to his left has it, pats it in the glove once, and throws him out. To end a 1-2-3, top of the 7th inning. Time to stretch at Petco Park. It is the Padres 6 and the Giants.
Came to life. How long do you think that took to get ready?
You know, it's really not fun facing a guy with that kind of stuff, I'll just tell you that.
Presented without comment.
It's a raft. It's got an outboard motor. It's got a little barbecue, and it's got a hot tub. Look at that. I mean, come on. American ingenuity. That is living. What else can go wrong here?
Where are the Angels in the outfield? They're everywhere.
Online revenue. If you have any home repairs you need to take care of, check us out at repairclinic.com. If you need a world-class website or technology project, then I would highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Call AmericanEagle.com at 773-NETWORK. That's AmericanEagle.com, 773-NETWORK.
Visit America's #1 ballpark and go behind the scenes with a Petco Park tour presented by Bubs at the Ballpark. Pre-game tours unlock early admission to the ballpark, and our VIP tours get you on the field for batting practice. Learn more at book your tours today at Padres.com/tours.
Rise, Machado, and O'Hearn in the bottom of the 7th inning. 7th inning stretch brought to you by Bulkhead Energy. Built by heroes for heroes, the go-to energizer for military, first responders, and essential workers of all professions. Drink Bulkhead Energy, fuel for heroes. Luis Arise in the air to right field. Tyler Fitzgerald back towards the corner, and with plenty of room, he makes the catch. 1 pitch, 1 out. Drink Bulkhead Energy, fuel for heroes. Go to bulkheadenergy.com. Padres with a 6-1 lead here in the bottom of the 7th inning. And here comes the lumber, brought to you by Dixie Line Lumber and Home Centers. Fix it, build it, enjoy it. 1 out, nobody on for Banny. 1 out of 3 with a long home run into the bullpens in left center. First pitch is a fastball strike from Tristan Beck, 0-1. J.P. Sears went 6. Wandy Peralta, a 1-2-3 7th. Now Jeremiah Estrada warming again for the Pods. Pitch to Manny is outside, 1-1. All 6 Padre runs came in the first 3 innings. Jumped all over the Giants here tonight. Manny with a big swing and a miss, strike 2. And it has pretty much all gone according to plan, including a Dodger loss in Denver. Padres hang on to win this. They will once again be 1 game out of first place. Chopper to second base, in between hop, handled nicely by Koss. And he throws Machado out, 2 down. Catch the Padres at home or on the go. Fans in market can watch Padres.tv, presented by UC San Diego Health, and stream games all year long for $19.99 a month or $34.99 for the rest of the year. Visit Padres.tv for details. Gives the opportunity to check in with the #1 broadcast team in baseball.
Believe it.
Here's Ryan O'Hearn, and he takes a fastball strike. 2 outs, nobody on. Bottom of the 7th. Padres up 6-1 on the Giants. 0-1. O'Hearn takes outside. Ryan, an RBI single, great at bat back in the first inning to get the run scoring started. Takes a fastball away, 2-1. Since then, he's walked and scored and also grounded into a force. 4 for 8 in this series with a homer. Swings here, sends one in the air, high and deep to center field. Leaves back on the track. He's looking up. It's going to go. How about another for Ryan O'Hearn? Second home run of the series. 4th of the night for the Padres. And 7-1 here in the 7th.
Oh, boy. Back wall. Behind the center field fence. Just a massive shot on the 93-mile-per-hour fastball.
That insurance run brought to you by Pine Solomon Personal Injury Lawyers. Don't let any insurance company convince you that's enough. Your local San Diego lawyers at Pine Solomon pursue the compensation you deserve. Learn more at SeriousAccidents.com. 4-15 to center. And now Laureano takes a strike.
He knew it, too. The finish of his swing took him over almost into the right-handed box. A massive shot to dead center.
Laureano lines one the other way into right field and a base hit. Second knock of the night for Ramon Laureano.
Also a bullet. These are two guys that, specifically Laureano, that have been at the bottom of the lineup. He has creeped his way up. Tonight hitting 5th. Picks up his second knock of the game.
Gavin Sheets has homered twice, and this crowd wants another. Pitch is high, ball 1. Gavin, a solo shot in the second, a 3-run homer in the third. The 1-0 is high, 2 balls and no strikes. So Sheets has homered twice, Machado has homered, O'Hearn has homered. Laureano at first, 2 away. It is 2-0. Here's the pitch. And Sheets launches one down the right field line, but foul. And I mean way back into the second deck. Maybe off the facing of the third deck. And foul.
Does Beck have enough guts to throw the slider again after hanging that last one? We'll find out here shortly.
2-1. And the pitch. Sheets rips it on a line foul up the right field side. I mean, he's not missing anything right now.
He didn't have the guts to throw the slider, but he threw the curveball, and it almost ended up in the same result.
Padres had one 5-homer game this year. That was in Denver. They got 4 tonight here at sea level. 2-2 to Gavin Sheets. The pitch is up and away. 3 balls and 2 strikes. And all the strikes in this at bat have been fouls. And they have all been hit very, very hard. 3-2. Laureano runs. And Sheets swings and misses strike 3. That'll end the inning. But the Padres get another on another home run from Ryan O'Hearn. And to the 8th inning at Petco Park. Now the Padres 7 and the Giants 1 on the Padres Radio Network.
Palomar Health leads the league in patient care. When it comes to your health, you deserve to have a team behind you that's dedicated, innovative, and ready to...
This is going to be one of those games that you're going to have to fight the elements.
Wow! And I don't think that'll be the last bat toss we see tonight.
I would imagine not. As he slid behind Neto, took out his legs, but Neto held onto the ball.
Check out what our cameras caught. That's right. Smacking himself in the face. He really likes to pump himself up and make himself angry.
Oh, he used the hand. That's pretty nice.
Yeah, take a bow. All right, absolutely.
a snack that Freddie cannot resist?
I would have to say chips and guacamole. Organic mango, yeah.
Is that because of the strong Dominican contingent in the major leagues, bro? Has anybody ever struck out and gone crazy and smashed the cooler full of mangoes?
No, our team's not really into smashing each other's stuff, I guess.
Are you a seasoning guy? You like to drown your stuff in dips and sauces?
No. Gotta watch my figure.
And it looks great, brother.
I appreciate it.
Very sexy man.
Yeah,
Let's go, Freddie Freeman, ladies and gentlemen.
Celebrate Bob's Discount Furniture's 200 store milestone this Labor Day weekend.
Oh, my God. Hey, Padre fans, just like you, my pets are family. That's why I trust Petco for the food they love and the services they need to stay happy and healthy, all at great prices. Petco, where the pets go.
Yuki Matsui on to throw here in the top of the 8th inning. Takes over for Wandy Peralta, who had a 1-2-3 7th with a couple of strikeouts. Padres have a 7-1 lead here over the Giants, and they make a move to shore up the defense a little bit. Gavin Sheets, who's homered twice tonight, gets the rest for the rest of the evening. Bryce Johnson will come on to play center field, and Laureano, who started in center, slides to left. Bailey leading off, batting right-handed against Matsui, and he takes up and away ball 1. So the former Giant, Bryce Johnson, is now playing center field for the Padres. Bailey to be followed by Ramos and Devers here in the 8th. Pitching change brought to you by Sid's Carpet Barn. Sid's Carpet Barn stands alone as San Diego's floor covering leader. From a huge selection of premium high-end choices, swing and a miss, to quality budget-friendly options, Sid's has you covered. 1-1 to Patrick Bailey, who has popped to second and flown to left. Matsui comes set and ready on 1-1. Now the pitch, and Bailey takes downstairs 2 balls in his strike. J.P. Sears started for the Pods, gave 6 innings. Second consecutive night. Now Padres starter has gone 6. Nick Pivetta did it yesterday, earned his 13th win. Here's the 2-1, and Bailey fouls it back. This should be the first win in a Padre uniform for J.P. Sears. And I know the offense is going to grab the headlines tonight, but he did exactly what he needed to do.
It should, but it shouldn't at the same time, right? I mean, the thing that we know is gotten back-to-back starts, and if this score holds, they've led to good victories for the Padres. Padres didn't get good starts prior to that. It led to losses.
2-2. And Bailey swings and misses. Strike 3. Chase that splitter down and away. 1 down in the 8th. And we'll pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Padres Radio Network.
KWFN-FM and KWFN HD1 San Diego.
Hey, this is Mike Schill. You're listening to Padres Baseball on Padres Radio Network.
An Odyssey Sports Station.
Padres 7, Giants 1. 1 out, nobody on, top of the 8th inning. Top of the order for San Francisco, Elliot Ramos against Yuki Matsui. And the first pitch is on the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. Ramos 1 out of 3 with a double. That was back in the 5th inning against J.P. Sears, one of only 4 hits that the Padre left the allowed. 0-1. Dan Ramos pops it up right side. O'Hearn back from first base, well onto the outfield grass. He'll call everybody off and reach out to his right to make the catch, 2 down. Time for our next game preview, but a reminder that the party starts before the game on the Coaster Train. Join the winning team. Buy your Coaster Train tickets to Padre games and score big at gonctd.com/Padres. 1:10 tomorrow for the final game of the year against the Giants. It'll be Dylan Cease and Justin Verlander. Here's Rafael Devers, 0 for 3. Fernando took a home run away back in the 1st inning, a spectacular play. First pitch, and Devers takes a fastball strike on the inside corner. Manny well off the line against the left-handed hitter. The shortstop Iglesias pinched pretty far up the middle. 0-1, and Devers takes a little bit off the plate outside. That evens the count, 1-1. Jose Buto is now throwing in the Giant bullpen. Looks like he'll be the guy to finally relieve Tristan Beck. He muscled his way through 4 innings tonight. Took one for the team. The 1-1 is a little bit in. 2 balls and a strike to Devers.
Just saw Budo not that long ago when he was a Met.
Part of the Tyler Rogers trade. Tyler Rogers, of course, is a Met and a Twin. 2-1. Devers tried to check on a ball up. They appealed, didn't go. 3 balls and a strike. We're going to see a lot of Twins on the next road trip.
Yes, we are. Literally.
After the weekend here against the Dodgers, limited tickets are available, by the way. Trip to Seattle and Minnesota. 3-1. Here it comes, and Devers takes outside ball 4. Matsui issues a 2-out walk in the 8th. That'll get Adames to bat. First-year Giant, their big free agent acquisition. And I think Willie Adames learning what a lot of guys who have come to play in San Francisco have learned the last 20-plus years now. Not an easy place to drive the ball.
No.
32 home runs as a Brewer last year, 19 so far this season. Runner on first 2 outs, and he takes down and in ball 1.
The same way you've seen this stadium get in hitters' heads, that stadium falls into that same category.
Happens in Seattle.
Yep.
Here, San Francisco. Kansas City is big, but you don't hear about it in the same way, I don't think. Pitch is inside, 2-0.
I think that's true. I think that's accurate. Maybe some pockets there where the ball kind of takes off. You just don't have those type of things in a lot of the West Coast stadiums that we're talking about.
Ruben Niebla is going to take a mid-at-bat mound visit here to talk to Yuki, whose command is once again wavering. He just walked. Devers now, he's gone 2-0 on Adames. Padres with a 7-1 lead here in the 8th. But yeah, I think it's, understandably, of course, with the weather, the West Coast parks here, colder at night, not a lot of humidity. You get that marine layer a lot of the time. So yeah, Seattle, San Francisco, San Diego. And the approach that the Padres have really kind of not perfected, but used so well the last couple of seasons offensively, to me seems like the play to be.
It's proven to be that way. I mean, this is some of the best offenses we've had here in quite some time, specifically in this ballpark. And so they've adopted it. And listen, I think when you adopt an approach, any approach, there's some growing pains that come along with it. There's going to be some pockets of time when you're not doing it right. But when they're right, they know who they are as a team, and that's how they pursue it.
Mound visit over. Odd 7, Giants 1. Runner on first 2 outs here in the 8th inning. 2-0 to Willie Adames. Matsui, he is set and ready. Now the pitch, and Adames takes at the knees on the outside corner. Called strike 2-1. Be interesting to see how Buster Posey, who's now head of baseball operations for the Giants, tries to put that roster together as time goes on. Adames takes inside ball 3.
He would know a little something about it. Yeah. The successful teams there have all had him on. In recent years. It will be interesting to see how he puts together in this next offseason, how he puts together a roster.
3-1 to Adames. He hits it in the air deep down the left field line towards the Western Metal Building back. 3-2 now to Adames. That's the second time tonight he has taken aim at the side wall of the Western Metal Building. Adames 0 for 3 tonight. Couple of pop outs and a ground out. All of that against Sears, now facing Matsui. 3-2, the runner, Devers will go. Yuki is set, the long pause, now the 3-2, and outside ball 4, back-to-back walks. Mentioned it earlier, Mike Schilt is not going to let this game get interesting if he can help it. And that will be all for Yuki Matsui, who got the first 2, but then walked the next 2. And with Wilmer Flores scheduled to bat, Padre manager going to make a pitching change here in the 8th inning. The Padres 7 and the Giants 1 on the Padres Radio Network.
If you're ready to build your dream home, let the
into the ball game for the Padres. 31st appearance, 1-1 with a 1.78 ERA.
Comes on with a couple of guys aboard and 2 outs. Wilmer Flores will be the batter. Padres with a 7-1 lead over the Giants, but Matsui just issued consecutive walks to Devers and Adames. And now David Morgan to face Wilmer Flores. Giants have 2 guys on base at the same time right now for the first time since they had them loaded in the 2nd inning. Wilmer swings and misses at a first pitch fastball, strike 1. Adames at first, Devers at second. Morgan a look back at the lead runner, now the pitch. And Flores on a line into right field, should be the inning. Tatis backpedals a few steps, makes the catch, and that's all for the Giants here in the top of the 8th. No runs, no hits, and 2 guys left on base after 7.5. Padres.
It's the little things, like these new windshield wipers from eBay I installed.
From small fixes to big upgrades, eBay has all the parts you need at prices you'll love, guaranteed to fit every time. eBay, things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Bottom of the 8th inning, the trust stand will score. The Padres 7 and the Giants 1. Iglesias, Cronenworth, and Fermin. 7-9 coming up against the new Giants pitcher, right-hander Jose Buto. Takes over for Tristan Beck, who ended up as sort of the unscheduled bulk guy tonight. Beck went 4 innings, allowed a run on the O'Hearn homer. 2 hits, a walk, and 4 strikeouts. He threw 53 pitches to help get the Giants to this point. But again, all Padres 7-1 as Iglesias stands in against his former teammate with the Mets, Jose Buto. First pitch swinging, and Iglesias fouls it back into the press box to our right. And it's a good thing that Devin Bridges of the Padre PR department was like an all-world softball player at Boise State, because she had to get out of the way in a hurry. 0-1 the pitch. And Iglesias fouls it straight back, strike 2.
Yeah, Devin's been doing this for a while. She knows a foul ball that she needs to get out of the way looks like. As do I.
Yeah, it's the player's perspective that most of us knuckleheads don't have. You understand just how fast and how hard the baseball or softball is coming. Bare hands? Nope. There's a reason they wear gloves. 0-2. And Iglesias grounds it sharply to first. Nice pick by Devers. He brings it himself. And 1 away. Reminder to stay tuned. The Amul Casino Resort post-game show with Sam coming up immediately following the game. One out, base is empty. Cronenworth, good to see him back in the lineup after that painful hit-by-pitch on Monday. Did not start yesterday. Walked his first time up and officially 0 for 2 tonight. Talked earlier about the arm guard that he wears on that front arm. Takes inside, ball 1. It's almost like it's got a hinge in it, sort of. It's like two separate pieces kind of connected by Velcro or whatever it is, a little strap in between. So there's the part that goes on the elbow, then the part that kind of covers the triceps. And right in between, there's a gap. Fastball low, 2-0. And that gap is where he says he was hit by the pitch the other day.
Yeah, it's terrible luck. And I still will keep trying to push him to get the Barry Bonds mechanical elbow thing going.
Just go full cyborg?
Yeah.
Cronenworth takes a fastball, strike 2-1.
And they're going to have to keep throwing in and not knowing where it's going. Protect yourself at all costs. And everybody has the kind of sleek looking kind of protection gear.
2-1, pop foul out of play.
Do away with that.
Said his particular guard he got from Japan. He just likes the way it fits.
As do a lot of guys. You don't see the big, bulky stuff anymore. It's all kind of Europeanized and slim fit. Exactly.
Modern cut.
Right.
Yeah, it's like
go back and look at the 90s. Look at some of the gear that they had on.
Well, it matched, that everybody looked like a superhero. 2-2 is low ball, 3. Everything was out of a comic book.
Right. Extra big.
Yeah. And Barry's arm guard, yeah, I mean, you could have had a movie just about the arm guard.
He got hit in the elbow a lot, and he never flinched. Just
3-2, Cronenworth swings and misses, strike 3. 2 down in the bottom of the 8th inning. Padres with a 6-run lead. The Dodgers have lost in Denver. No, you're right, he never seemed bothered by it.
No. I know you guys got to pitch me in, but I'm going to protect it.
And he got on pace at 650 clip or whatever it was. 7-1 Padres. 2 outs, nobody on. Bottom 8. Freddie Fermin, the batter, looking for his first hit of the night. And he fouls it straight back, strike 1. Padres 7 runs, 8 hits. The Giants 1 run on 4 hits. They've also committed the only error of this game. And they have not played a clean series to this point defensively. 5 errors in the 3 games. 0-1 to Fermin. And Freddie rips one in the air, foul up the left field line. That'll put him behind in the count now, 0-2. Padres trying to get to 9-3 against the Giants this year with just tomorrow afternoon to go. Coming into the game tonight, the Padre bullpen against the Giants this year, a 0.96 ERA. 0-2 to Fermin in the air to left center field. That's going to hang up. Ramos racing after it. Can't get there. Bounces down for a base hit. Fermin trying for 2. The throw a little bit offline. And into second base, a 2-out double. So Freddie Fermin checks in his first hit of the night. And we saw it the other day when he was thrown out trying to stretch 1 into 2. Not the fastest guy in the world, but able to get there ahead of the throw from Ramos, which was not on target.
I mean, there really is no turning up the gas for Freddie, but nonetheless able to grab himself a double in his first hit of the ballgame.
Kind of like a tractor. It's just going to go how it's going to go.
Right.
So now Tatis. First pitch, swing and a miss. Good slider. 0-1. Fernando 1 out of 3 with a double, a walk, and a run scored. Padres up 7-1 in the bottom of the 8th inning. 0-1 to Fernando outside. Check swing appeal. He is not made. Catcher Bailey asked for it. The plate umpire, DJ Rayburn, denied his request. Sean Barber and his eel over at first base were not required to jump into action. 1-1 the pitch. Fernando hits it hard on the line into left field. That's a base hit. They're going to wave for Fermin. Ramos' throw is on the way up the line and over the head of Bailey. Tatis at second, trying for third. The throw there from Buto, who backed up, is in time, and the inning is over. But the Padres add on. Tatis an RBI hit to make it 8-1, and will go to the 9th inning at Petco Park. Padres 3 outs away from sealing the deal on the Padres Radio Network.
Talk to me.
This is called a Crawford dog. Hamburger bun.
Yes.
2 split top Angus beef hot dogs griddled on the skillet, on the plancha.
Amazing.
And then we do a bacon onion jam with Crawford Bach beer.
Pick it up like a burger.
Pick it up like a burger, and you just go in, man.
Let's go to town. Dude, best hot dog I've ever had. Best hot dog I've ever had.
I love this, man.
This is how I grew up eating hot dogs.
Still wants somebody. There's Randy Johnson, the big unit. He towers over everybody. Randy's got to change his cap.
Oh, jeez. There you go. That looks better. Get that D-backs hat on, Randy.
To your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic, semaglutide injection 0.5 milligrams.
Top of the ninth inning at Petco Park. The Trust and will score. The Padres 8 and the Giants 1. 3 outs away from finishing the night and pulling to within a game and back of the Dodgers in the National League West. Casey Schmidt, Jung-Hoo Lee, and Christian Koss coming up for San Francisco against David Morgan, who entered last inning to get the final out after Matsui issued back-to-back 2-out walks. Morgan threw only 2 pitches and got Wilmer Flores to line to right. So the San Diegan Casey Schmidt, who's driven in the only run of the night for the Giants, with a home run in the 4th inning, will lead off here against Morgan. First pitch on the way is a little bit up at 97. 1 ball and no strikes. Jung-Hoo Lee on deck, 1 for 3 with a single on his birthday, as he kind of rounds out what will be his first full Major League season after the injury-shortened year last year. 1-0 pitch, and Schmidt hits it hard on the ground, but right to Machado. Man, he's got it, and he throws him out. 1 down here in the top of the 9th inning. And Lee is from South Korea, played in the KBO and MVP in that league. He wears number 51, and he wears it in honor of Ichiro, who, of course, was from Japan. And it's kind of a neat story there because Lee was actually born in Japan. His dad was a great baseball player in Asia and was playing in Japan at the time that Jung-Hoo Lee was born. And so he grew up a huge Ichiro fan and wears the number 51 in his honor. First pitch, and Lee fouls it straight back, strike 1. Lee had a great World Baseball Classic last time. That was 2023. Hit .429 with a couple of doubles in their 4 games. And he has certainly brought a real-deal skill set to the major leagues. 0-1 to the left-handed hitter. Morgan deals and misses high. 1 ball, 1 strike.
It took him a little bit, seemed like, to get his feet wet last year before the injury, but he started to take off.
Teammates in Japan for the Kiwoom Heroes with Ha-Sung Kim for 4 years. Kim, something of a mentor to Lee. Pitch here fouled at the plate. They got an opportunity to go head-to-head over the weekend in San Francisco when Kim's Tampa Bay Rays came to Oracle Park. Base is empty, 1 out, top of the 9th. 1-2 to Jung-Hoo Lee. The pitch from Morgan is way inside. Has to jackknife back out of the way. And now 2-2. Padres have scored 8 runs here tonight. That is the most since they beat the Giants 11-1 last Wednesday in San Francisco, the day game. 4 home runs tonight for the Padres, 2 from Gavin Sheets, 1 from Machado, 1 from O'Hearn. 2-2 to Lee, And a hard hit one-hopper to second. Stabbed by Jake Cronenworth. Sets himself for the first in time. And 2 down in the top of the ninth.
Bullet. But right at the sure-handed Jake Cronenworth for out number 2.
What remains of this sellout crowd of 42,589 comes to their feet with 2 outs and nobody on in the top of the ninth inning. Christian Koss stands in 1 for 3. First pitch from Morgan, swung on and missed. 98-mile-an-hour fastball just blew him away, and the count 0-1. Eight to 1 Padres here in the ninth. Giants down to their final out. 0-1 to Koss. Morgan's pitch is taken right on the outside corner. A good slider. And a called strike, 0-2.
Slider caught the edge. Quickly ahead 0-2.
Morgan comes set. Koss waits. No balls and 2 strikes the count. Here is the pitch on the way, and Koss fouls it off in his back. Right in the box. Count stays 0-2. Cease and Verlander tomorrow at 1:10. Join us for some blue sky baseball here downtown. Celebratory mood pretty much all night long. Padres got going in the first inning against Landon Root. Did not let up early on tonight. 0-2. Here's the pitch. Koss takes, and it's low, ball 1. Padres got 1 in the first, 1 in the second, 4 in the third, and then have added on with runs in the 7th and the 8th. Ball and 2 strikes to Christian Koss. Morgan trying to seal the deal. The pitch is swung on and missed. Strike 3. Got him with a good curveball. And David Morgan, 4 up, 4 down, and he caps the night with a K as the Padres beat up on the Giants 8-1. They hit 4 homers. They get 6 strong from J.P. Sears, and they pull back to within a game of the Dodgers in the National League West. A dominant performance here this evening as the Padres got contributions from all corners of their roster. Once again, the final score, San Diego 8, San Francisco 1. Take a break, come back, give you some final thoughts and the totals on the Padres Radio Network.
Hey players, things are about to get real here in San Diego. Introducing the all-new Jamul Casino Resort. With a 200-room hotel tower, exciting new eats and drinks, plenty of new places to play, and a luxe spa and salon. Hello, rooftop pool and deck. It's where players can play their hearts out and enjoy all the perks that come with it. It gets real this summer at the all-new Jamul Casino Resort, the players' place. Learn more at jamulcasino.com.
Caltrans would like to remind you that the new Interstate 805 pavement and infrastructure upgrade project has begun, stretching from the 50...
What is it about baseball cards that make them so special? Why do you enjoy doing that?
Well, the biggest thing is I started collecting when I was a kid. O-Pee-Chee was a Canadian hockey league, and then the Canadian football. But I didn't start in the U.S. until I had signed professionally as a ball player. And when I got my first rookie card, and I've got it here with me.
Let's take a peek at that.
1956 with Billy Sorrell.
Getting traded to Boston from Chicago. You see here the traditional jersey. I love a road jersey because it says where you're from, and this is simple, clean, and cool. And then you see this patch right here. This is from the 2013.
So Justin Verlander goes for the Giants, coming off a really good one, trying to prove to himself he can put two good ones together in a row. That will be the challenge for the Padres. But 4 home runs here tonight. We haven't seen him do it like that a ton.
We haven't seen him do it like that at all. But this reinforced lineup